emotional, but you generally make mistakes when you say things when you're emotional. And Jimbo was still emotional, 12 hours later or whatever it was. He was still emotional, and that's where you get in trouble.
All right, I wanted to bring this up. Yesterday, a judge in Nevada ruled in favor of John Gruden. The NFL wanted to kick Gruden's torturous interference claim out of court. They did not do that. In fact, they supported both of his claims. And I told you pre-show, Brown, that's a huge win for John Gruden because this will never go to trial. The next step that if you're the NFL here is to appeal, and if you don't win the appeal is to settle whatever the price is because you do not want this to go to trial.
The one thing you don't want is, if you're the NFL, Lance, a discovery that allows the way you do business to be laid bare for the whole world to see.
I cannot even imagine.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want.
We could only hope.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's no telling how many skeletons are out there.
There's absolutely no telling.
The one thing I took from this, do you guys believe that John Gruden will ever coach in the NFL again?
I do not. No. I think that ship has sailed, but I do think the NFL's about to owe him some money.
Which is why the money will be an enormous amount because he no longer will be able to make a living in the National Football League, and he won't be able to do broadcast anymore. All because of the leaked emails that he says they selectively leaked out to make a point of what they were doing.
You think he's untouchable in broadcast?
I do, yeah.
I think it's going to be tough. Well, I just think the broadcast business has kind of moved on from him, too, though. I mean, it's been a minute since he's been in there. You've got big deals now for Tom Brady coming into a prominent role. ESPN has just married Troy Aikman.
I get that. And I don't know if he'd take the pay cut because what do you think Gruden was topping out at? $5 million a year, maybe more?
What, on air?
Yeah. So, I just think we've got so many outlets and there's so many games being broadcast that I just think he could find a landing spot. It would be for a lot less.
Yeah, I don't think he can be touched again. So I think he's done in broadcasting, he's done in coaching, and that's why the NFL will pay him. It would not surprise me if it ends up being a settlement near $100 million.
Well, if I'm Gruden...
That's a lot there now. I mean, his actual contract was only worth $100 million, and he had already coached several years in it.
Yeah, but he would have gotten another contract.
Yeah, but the NFL probably thinks. I mean, they've again, we talked about leverage. They've probably got the leverage of you don't want this to go to trial either. We can also lay bare your personal life. I mean, so I think tend to find a happy medium. $100 million would be a lot. Boy, if he walked away with $100 million from the NFL, that'd be crazy.
I don't think we know what the Kaepernick settlement was, right?
I don't think it's ever come out. I think there's been some estimates of it. But I don't think it's ever come out.
I am blown away that they are entertaining that he has gotten another tryout. The guy has not played in 6 years. He's 34 years old.
I know.
Since 2016. He actually working out with the Raiders, who were tangled up in the Gruden situation. So you don't know if that's just a legit tryout or if it was a public relation move by the Las Vegas Raiders. Part of the show being brought to you by the great folks at Hemp Hill LT. If you've got some things that are running not correctly right in the plumbing, heating, and cooling world, Hemp Hill can get you back.
Yeah, Adam, Chad, Andrew, the team at Hemp Hill, the ones I trust to fix it right, fix it the first time, always at a fair price for all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Jay says the next year bracket challenge loser has to smoke weed. So, Brown, if you
I believe that's illegal in our state, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't throw me in the briar patch. Can we just – I'll tell you, I'll do it for a straight week for 4 hours every day for a straight week if you guys will let me out of the
if we just put you in a little tight hot box over here for 4 hours a day for a week.
We have selected your location, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of heard indirectly.
That we did it or where it was?
No, not where it was.
Oh.
Yeah, Kelsey told me because we're talking about the sponsorships for this.
Yeah. We've got a selection for you.
Am I going to hate it? I mean, just...
probably.
I think it ends up being my idea where we went.
Ends up. Well, of course it is. Why would it not be?
You're craving to get credit for ideas.
No, I'm just saying that the actual where he is going.
Well, yeah, but that was completely meaningless to bring that up. Whose idea it was?
No, I was just pointing out that.
Yeah. Well, I probably would want to know who actually came up with this.
I was just going that it wasn't the cushy little go sit in a sports bar in Portland and fly back.
Yeah, the sports bra got shot down.
Did that come up, though?
Well, we discussed it, yeah. I think this will be better.
Yeah. Any idea how long it's going to take me to get back?
It won't be a whole week.
God,
4 days max.
It's out, yeah.
4 or 5 days.
But, you get an opportunity to maybe make some sales calls or something while you're in the car, train, or bus.
Yeah.
So I think good cell service most of the places should be.
Well, we did take newly graduated Leighton into consideration.
Yeah,
right.
I would hope.
We're being kind to her.
She is excited about this.
Good.
One of my fears, though, well, a couple of things. I learned how slow the train actually is.
Well, okay.
Another fear is the lack of rentals out there.
Yep.
I think what you would want us to do, even though we haven't done it yet, you would want us to book every step of the leg.
Do you want us to do that?
No.
Okay.
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 Good
We
luck.
tried.
Good
I think it'd be
luck.
easier if we did
I
it
think
that
you're
way.
going to want us to do it based on what I've looked at. I think you're going to want us to go ahead and book those for you.
How about this?
And an envelope at each stop.
I've got I got a suggestion on the other side of this break here. Give you a chance, maybe I'll talk with the other guys to take one item off.
Oh, no.
The train, the bus, or the
What are we doing?
The plane?
the
What are you doing?
No, the plane's
No, you're
going-
going to need the plane.
the car. You don't need the car. The train or the bus. We'll take one of them off if we put some landmarks in there. We'll talk about it coming
Okay.
up. Top of the hour. And the show is being brought to you by our friends at Champies. More on Champies and trash all straight ahead.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Let's face it, a home is one of the most powerful assets you can have, and our friends at Mortgage Right want to help you build wealth through home ownership. Mortgage Right is all about providing competitive rates, a variety of loan products, and a multitude of resources for a seamless home buying experience. They treat their borrowers like family and are always looking to bring more happy homeowners under their roof. See more by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR today and start living. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. AmFirst was founded for members just like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means services that grow and change with the times to serve you better. Now, every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. You can even customize the app, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the number one priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. That's amfirst.org, America's first federal credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Creekside Barbecue at Oak Mountain is centered on great barbecue, soulful music, and good vibes. Alabama-style chicken, North Carolina pork, and Memphis-kissed ribs, along with chef-inspired sides. There's something for everyone at Creekside Barbecue. Creekside Barbecue, just off I-65 at the Oak Mountain exit. Come enjoy lunch or dinner on Creekside's huge outdoor deck overlooking the creek with several TVs and incredible food. Creekside can also cater parties and other events up to 200 people. Stop by or check out the menu online, creekside-bbq.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. That's nextroundlive.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Want more of the Next Round? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, the Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Next Round store is live and loaded. Check out the latest logo t-shirts and hoodies. Get your favorite team colors, the Next Round flag shirt, or grab the popular Y'all Can Have the Rest t-shirts. Go to nextround.store. That's nextround.store.
Start your day online at nextroundlive.com. Get all the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. And it's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and our entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hey, an all Big Ten guy went into the portal yesterday from Iowa. Now, he's an all Big Ten return specialist. And I forgot to write his name down. How about that? Here's what I have on my card. Iowa wide receiver, all Big Ten return specialist into the portal. Usually I write the name down too.
Yeah, you would think you would have done that. I thought the portal had already closed.
I did too. That's a great That is a great point.
Was it that like there was some guy whose name had not shown up yet? We were waiting for 2 days for it to show up, but he had met the deadline?
That was Jordan Addison.
Was it Addison?
Yeah.
Was that who it was? I thought we had met the deadline.
So how could he have gone to the portal yesterday?
I don't know. I don't think the portal has any rules. I think we pretend it's got rules, but it really doesn't.
Yeah. Did you guys see what I think is fake Tom Brady video?
Rockstar's got it from yesterday.
Rockstar pulled a video up. Tom Brady, this seems like a promotion to me to get ready for the big golf event coming up.
No, it's definitely a promotion, but let me just say this, and Lance, I'm assuming, has not seen this. Have you seen this, Lance?
I have not.
Tom Brady never says this is a hole-in-one, but I do think Brady claims he actually did make this shot. Now,
it's not a hole-in-one in his opinion.
Well, it's not a hole-in-one because he's not playing a par 3. They've just got this set up in the middle of a fairway.
Middle of a par 5, actually. Yeah. Can you start it over from the beginning, Rockstar?
But I think you see genuine reaction here. All right, so you're going to see right there you see a drone fly through as Brady hits it.
Right.
And you'll see the actual shot in a minute. Does that look genuine to you?
Nope. It doesn't.
All right,
see,
so here's
the drone.
This is such a cool shot right here, though.
It is.
Now,
see, the drone is so close to his swing. Ball's out of the video. There's supposedly the ball, which is CG. That little movement right there.
Now, he says
totally
he made the
fake.
shot. He says he actually made the shot.
Is that even Tom Brady?
It is Tom Brady.
Okay.
Yeah, do it again, Rockstar. I mean, the dot that is CG'd in there, I believe.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with you.
I mean, watch the last movement as the drone is moving. I mean, you never see the ball hit the ground and roll. Does he can it, Brown?
That I don't know. No, I don't know if he said
I mean,
that.
watch the drone here. First of all, the drone gets so close to this backswing.
I think the drone might be CGI.
Now watch this. See that ball?
Yeah.
Look at that move.
That move right there is.
Yeah, it bounces in one hops in the hole, it looks like.
I think the movie Alien's more realistic than that.
I mean, I would say if we go fake or not on a Cowan Equipment poll question, that would go into the 90s of people believing it's fake. Yes?
Yeah, probably so. I think most people are skeptical by nature of anything
How
like
about
that.
new segment, fake or not?
You can start
Bring
that
in
one
Denise.
You can do that one tomorrow. Real and spectacular. This hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's. Speaking of great breasts, Champy's Chicken right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Champy's Chicken. Great tamales as well, too. I was trying to tell Mincy yesterday that he's a Mississippi guy. Champy's Chicken is where he needs to go to get those unbelievable Mississippi Delta homemade recipe tamales, Rockstar.
I was born in the Delta. I know all about it. I'm going to watch
It
baseball.
does not sound like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I was going to watch baseball.
I do
A
think
little, a little between both of those.
yeah, I do think you're a touch over the top on it. I want you
It's
to.
called a caricature.
Okay.
Okay, do it again.
Hey, I was talking about
He's got some Bobcat in there.
Yeah, this little bobcat.
let me tell you a story. I love that little fat boy. Nobody loved.
So Sterling's got those Mississippi Delta tamales, chicken on a stick, which Mincy would have loved as well, too, right there. Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go check them out. Sterling and his crew at ChampiesChicken.com. NBA continues tonight. Does Dallas finish off Golden State? Does Golden State finish off Dallas tonight?
I have not figured that game out yet. I would assume that they'll win the game. I don't know if they're going to cover the 7.
I think my bookie line was 7. So winning the game is all I care about. Finish that series off.
Yeah,
right?
I think that series is probably going to end tonight.
Boston did win, by the way, and Boston is one win away from being in the finals like you expected. So we're very close to having a Celtics-Warriors East Coast, West Coast championship series coming up.
Brown, I know you haven't really gotten into these NBA
I really
playoffs,
have not. I've not watched.
But you'll give me, that seems like a pretty good series, though.
Which one?
Celtics and Golden State.
If I get Celtics Golden State?
And you got really good offense against really good defense.
Yeah,
You've got elite players on both sides.
If you ask me the matchup I would watch, I would stand the most chance of watching it would be Boston Golden State. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going on. Braves win last night in baseball. Big series if you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan. Yankees in Tampa starting tonight for a weekend series, a chance to close the gap or to lose sight of the Yankees, depending on how that series goes. And for those that are wanting to see the Stallions in action again, that's a Sunday 1 o'clock Fox game. 6-0 Birmingham against 1-5 Pittsburgh, 1 o'clock down at Protective Stadium. You know what they're doing not this weekend, but next weekend, right?
Playing at Legion Field.
Playing at Legion Field. That's the Legion Field date.
Okay.
That's all because, you see, when this was first announced, I thought they were going to play multiple games at Legion Field, like multiple weeks. This is all because of Garth Brooks.
That's right. It's
Garth has kicked them out.
One Saturday,
Yep.
one Friday, Saturday, Sunday over at Legion Field.
Yeah, so Garth Brooks, basically, I did not realize that at the time this was announced, that Garth Brooks is the whole reason that the USFL had to play any games at Legion Field.
Yep. I'm like you. I think along the way, I thought it was going to be more than just one weekend at Legion Field.
Yeah, I thought they would play, like, say, an 11 o'clock kick at Protective. Then the next game is at Legion so they can go straight into it on TV. I didn't realize the TV model was going to be set up the way it is. I thought they would want to have a continuous game. So they would go Protective, Legion, Protective each week. I didn't realize it was only because of Garth Brooks.
All right, so the Stallions in action Sunday, 1 o'clock this week at Protective Stadium. The next week, they get an afternoon game over at Legion Field. You get your tickets at theusfl.com. So we did the Brady and fake or not fake situation there.
Poll question out on that one, by the way.
And we do have a poll question out right now. Before we get back into sports, did you, Forrester, do you have the Ritz cracker combo?
Ooh.
Did y'all see this?
I didn't, but I like a Ritz cracker.
Okay.
I like a Ritz cracker, too.
You know what?
Look at this combo right here. Tell me you like this or not.
I'll tell you what, Ritz, I do not like that.
So is that Ritz, peanut butter, Oreo stuffing, and Oreo?
Yes.
That's what that is? No,
It's a
I'll pass.
Ritz cracker,
Too much.
peanut butter, Oreo cookie stuffing with an Oreo cookie top.
Yeah.
So half a Oreo cookie and then a Ritz cracker with peanut butter.
So here's my problem in that. I'm not crazy about peanut butter, could leave it or take it, and I really don't like the actual Oreo cookie.
You know, Brown, I don't like the Oreo cookie either. And that's weird that
I like
two of the four of us don't
like the
that.
stuffing inside of it,
I
Lance.
did think of you last night because I saw a Reese's special edition. It's peanut butter on peanut butter. It's all peanut butter. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Hey, our neighbor.
Not a big fan.
Our neighbor brought us some baked goods today. They're in the fridge in the green room in there. That's you might like. Do you like Reese's? It's some sort of baking thing she did with Reese's.
I do like Reese's.
And chocolate in the little cups.
Back to the Ritz cracker. Ritz cracker with really good pimento cheese.
That and chili. Do you dip it in chili?
No, but I tried his peanut butter sandwich with chili.
It's a good taste. Yeah. If we'll go back to what we were talking about with the Ritz and the Oreo here, peanut butter and that cream. There's something that's peanut butter and marshmallow. It's a fluffer-nuffer. Is that right?
It's a fluffer-nutter.
Yeah, fluffer-nutter.
Fluffer-nutter.
Yeah,
that's
very uncomfortable.
That's what they're shooting for right there.
The fluffer-nutter.
Yeah, they're shooting for the fluffer-nutter or nuffer. Nutter.
So I can buy these. No, it's a fluffer-nutter.
Okay.
I can buy these in a store. This is not just like some advertising thing they're doing.
Period. Short run.
Limited edition.
Limited edition.
Yeah,
but
for a limited
Ritz and
time.
Oreo.
I don't think I'd like that, Jim. It's got a couple things I don't like in it. Now,
I don't think I've ever
that.
heard of that.
Yeah, what, a fluffer-nutter?
Yeah, that's apprentice meets professional.
Oh, you can actually get it at local urban Cookhouse. Here, you can get the not that, but you can get the.
I like how you were gonna try to hide the name, like a local urban cookout. It's a cookhouse that happens to be in an urban area.
And it's
local.
But you can get it there. It's a sandwich, though. It's
No,
a peanut butter
you know
sandwich.
What? That's what my
marshmallow.
little guy used to get all
Exactly.
the time.
Yeah, that's a fluffernutter.
It's called a fluffernutter.
I didn't know it was called a fluffernutter.
Yeah, well,
It's
you know.
literally on the menu that way, I think. So that's an interesting combination there from our friends at
I'll
Ritz and
pass.
Oreo. Part of our show being brought to you by our friends at Baumhauer's. We're about to get into the Baumhauer's question of the day. If you're looking for a good lunch and don't like fluffernutters, you can go to our friends at Baumhauer's.
He does have great desserts there. That strawberry shortcake is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Bob Baumhauer delivered Alabama's first ever taste of wings way back in 1981 at Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa. In fact, had to give them away for the first few years, 40 years, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later. Bob's still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Stop in, take advantage of the Inflation Sucks menu right now. $6.99 Wickles, $7.99 tailgate burger, $9.99 for that barbecue yard bird. My friend Bob Baumhauer trying to go easy on your wallet with the Inflation Sucks menu. Get him for lunch or dinner today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill.
Okay, now take away guys who haven't coached a game yet. So Brian Kelly's off the table. Lincoln Riley at USC's off the table. Kelly at Notre Dame's off the table. You can take him at Notre Dame or somewhere else.
He's coached a game.
Yeah, but I'm saying LSU, USC, they're new jobs, okay? Best hire since Nick Saban was hired in Tuscaloosa at Alabama, who would you go with? Best hire. Now,
Is it only SEC or go all of college?
no, any college football, and you can't go promotion. Like Dabo being promoted at Clemson, that's not a hire. He got promoted within the staff. Can't go Ryan Day. He was already on the staff at Ohio State.
You put a lot of rules in this.
No, I'm just saying this is a hire. You had to go hire somebody. Like I think Lincoln Riley at USC, Brian Kelly at LSU, those are going to be two of the best hires we have seen in modern day college football. I think both of them will be uber successful. You can't argue with Nick Saban being hired from the Dolphins to Alabama as maybe the greatest hire of all time. Who has been the best hire since Nick Saban got hired? Would you go Kirby Smart at Georgia?
Well, they've won a national championship.
It's in the discussion.
Mark Richt had a lot of success, though. Mark Stoops, for what he's done at Kentucky, has been a great hire.
I think you have to put that in there, right?
Yeah.
Mark Stoops at Kentucky. Who else gets into the discussion? Because some of these success stories usually are promotions. Dabo is a great promotion. Ryan Day is a great promotion.
Technically, while
Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma was a promotion.
Technically, while Nick Saban was in Tuscaloosa, Ohio State hired Urban Meyer. You'd have to put him in there.
That did happen. You're
Yeah,
right,
I mean, Urban Meyer was
Florida.
at Florida. Yeah, so Urban to Ohio State was pretty darn good.
And he won a national
He
championship.
did win a national championship there.
Okay.
That's a great pull.
Thank you.
What about Luke Fickell to Cincinnati?
You know, I was thinking about that, Lance. Yeah.
Luke Fickell to Cincinnati. Really, I thought Kirby was going to win this one, but Urban to Ohio State
It's going to be a tough one to beat.
is a tough one to beat there. Vol fan 205 drops that one on us.
I mean, you threw Lincoln Riley out at USC, but I could use him at Oklahoma.
He was promoted at Oklahoma.
That's
though. He was
true.
on the
That's right.
staff.
They brought him in and then promoted him.
He
Yeah.
falls into the same category as
I know.
Dabo and Ryan Day.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah. So you're promoted. That's not a hire. You got promoted up from within. So you can't count all of those.
I don't know, man. I think maybe we've exhausted
What about Bill
list.
Clark to UAB?
Oh.
That's a great hire. Bill Clark to UAB.
I mean, that program was dead.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it was
Literally.
never coming back.
Literally dead. Yeah, after 1 year of coaching.
Jim Harbaugh to
I
Michigan.
thought about him. It's been back and forth, but he did take them to the playoff. So you got to give him credit for that. He's caught a lot of criticism, but he did at least take them to the playoff.
I think Dave Aranda to Baylor is trending very good right now.
I thought about him, but it's still very early. I mean, Cristobal might work his way into this conversation at Miami, but
Lane
it's still
Kiffin
early.
could work his way into the conversation.
Yeah. Heupel at Tennessee could work his way into the conversation. So we can make that a poll question, but, I thought it would be Kirby, and it still may be, as the greatest hire since Nick Saban was hired at Alabama. But Stoops at Kentucky. Urban Meyer may be the walk-off winner from Vols fan 205. Luke Fickell to Cincinnati. You can't argue with what he has done at Cincinnati. Bill Clark at UAB. Harbaugh at Michigan. These were all legit hires. not promotions within the program there.
Well, here's some off the radar. Like Chris says, Hugh Freeze to Liberty. I might even say Hugh Freeze to Ole Miss, actually.
That falls in that category,
I mean,
too.
Hugh Freeze won at Ole Miss. It wasn't losing that cost him that job. Vol fan says Art Briles to Baylor. I mean, he does not get remembered favorably, obviously, but Art Briles, he turned Baylor into a national championship
incredible
contender.
hire.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get remembered fondly because of the way it ended for Art Briles, but if you could put that aside, what he did as a coach there was incredible. That's a good question, Jim. I don't know.
I can't argue with that one either. Art Briles, I had not thought of him at Baylor. No national championship, but should have been in the playoffs there for a while. It'll be interesting to see how these new coaches end up working. But you would agree, though, that when the final chapter of Brian Kelly at LSU, Lincoln Riley at USC is written, it likely involves a national championship for both of those guys at some point.
You know, it should. There's only one that can go around per year. I think a lot of this is going to be dependent on when Nick Saban leaves. But, yeah, I think right now I've got more confidence in Brian Kelly than Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. Far off this list was Jimbo to Texas A&M. I mean, it may end up being on this list at one point.
He's got to earn his spot there. I mean, right now it's been really average.
It's been a B.
Yeah. But Jimbo promoted at Florida State. That's right. Wasn't hired at Florida State, so you can't use his national championship there yet. That was our Baumhauer's question, brought to you by our friends at Baumhauer's. Great locations.
Yeah, make sure you get in for lunch or dinner. Again, the first person to ever bring the delicious taste of wings to the state of Alabama was our friend Bob Baumhauer. It was back in 1981. 40 years, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later. Bob's still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Stop into one of those Baumhauer's Victory Grills for lunch or dinner.
I got sad news for Lance, and I hate to do this to you, Lance, because he is an actor in your favorite movie of all time. Ray Liotta has passed away.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, 67.
Only 67.
Wow. Yeah.
Any cause of death or anything?
Let me see, Jim. It's Deadline Hollywood is reporting.
You know, the last time I saw him was in Many Saints of Newark, the prequel to The Sopranos. And just a big, big fan. You know, and I saw, the making of Goodfellas and, how he was cast.
Oh, wow. He was shooting a film at the time, Dangerous Waters. They were shooting in the DR, and he died in his sleep in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, man. I hate to hear that,
67 years old.
God, and really an underrated actor. Was in some really good stuff. And
you know what I liked him in was I wasn't crazy about Field of Dreams, but I thought he played a pretty good part in that.
He did.
He was Shoeless Joe, right?
Yeah, Shoeless Joe in Field of Dreams.
I thought it was kind of a cheesy movie, but with Kurt Russell and
Unlawful Entry.
Yeah, Unlawful Entry. He played a really bad cop.
And Madeline Stowe.
Looking good in that one.
Yeah, but I mean, he's known for Goodfellas. I mean, if you think Ray Liotta, you think Goodfellas right away.
That's his iconic role.
Yeah, that's sad news.
Ray Liotta dead at the age of 67. Happy birthday to Stevie Nicks, 74. Hank Williams Jr., 73. Some older birthdays there, but Bo Cephas at 73 today.
There was a good birthday today. Well, doing Rockstar's 4 Downs, so it didn't make it to 4 Downs, obviously. But Brent Musburger, 82 today. How about 82?
Did not make it on my list.
Oh, it did?
Brent Musburger's 82 today?
I saw that earlier today. I'll see if I can find it on the Twitter.
Well, he handles 82 well.
You know what I would do? My tweet if I was Brent Musburger today would be,
what?
You're still looking live at me.
That's good. Brent Musburger, 82 today. No, 83. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 83 today. Brent Musburger.
What happened? That year flew by.
Yeah.
I felt 82 yesterday.
He still got a pretty good game at 83.
Good job from Musburger there, the voice of the Las Vegas Raiders. We're back with Trash on the other side. Stay with us.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
At Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, you can now drive the 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia TI, the Italian sports sedan of your dreams, starting at $499 per month plus tax with $4,999 down, plus first payment and title due at delivery. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, 1837 Grants Mill Road, or Alfa Romeo USA of Birmingham.com. Like financial lease, 10,000 miles per year, WAC, MSRP, $51,490. Stock numbers Q0059, Q0068, or Q0074.
You seen what these kids are doing now? What's that? They're mixing raspberry and lemonade flavors in their drinks.
Like, raspberry lemonade?
Nah, not like the kind we had. Better. It's all charged up. Got that bold Mountain Dew in it now. They're calling it Mountain Dew Spark.
Yep.
Seems like it's all about the flavor now. The flavor and the refreshment.
Yep.
If you'd have told me 50 years ago that we'd see kids drinking charged up raspberry lemonade flavored Mountain Dew Spark and making videos, twerking their hind ends, well, sir, I just flat out not believed you.
Yup.
It does taste mighty good, though, don't it?
Yep.
You know, this Mountain Dew Spark is giving me a great idea.
What's that?
Think I'm gonna make a video, twerking my hind end.
Well, I guess you gotta do you.
Get bold with the raspberry lemonade flavor of Mountain Dew Spark.
Wayne's Pest Control is taking pest control to the next level. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. Keep your home pest-free and rodent-free with Wayne's proprietary Smart System. Smart is a digital, eco-friendly rodent monitoring solution that tells Wayne's you have an unwanted mouse or rodent before you even know about it. Wayne's Smart Service professionals will proactively set up an appointment to take care of that problem, keeping your family and pets safe and healthy. And right now, get $60 off Smart Pet Service with the offer code TNR. Let Wayne's create your happy place. 866-WAYNES1 or call Waynes.com.
IV therapy, B12 injections, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. It's our friends at HydroLive. Mention Next Round at checkout. Save 20% off any service. HydroLive's got 3 locations, Homewood, Tuscaloosa, and coming soon to Greystone. Hey parents, is your son or daughter moving to Tuscaloosa this fall? Consider investing versus paying thousands in apartment rent. Lance Taylor here to tell you about our friend Tyler Bigby. Tyler is an award-winning realtor that helps parents find properties to save them thousands. Tyler also specializes in Gabe Day condos and residential homes. Find out today why Tyler is rated #1 by RateMyAgent.com for Tuscaloosa County. Call 205-826-6476 for Tyler Bigby, the Advantage Realty Group. Once again, 205-826-6476.
Did you tweak your shoulder pulling down the attic ladder? Feel a pop in your elbow working out? Or feeling pain in your knees getting up from the couch at halftime? Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics has 9 locations in the Birmingham metro area, affiliated with Brookwood Baptist Health, to get your life back on track. Your health can't wait. Call Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics at 855-219-6200 or visit precisionsportsortho.com.
The Next Round is proud to partner with Vulcan Tire and Auto, and we're excited to announce their first-class team and facilities are growing. If you are an experienced general maintenance technician looking for a new opportunity with a great growing company, go by Vulcan Tire. They want to talk to you. Not experienced, but interested in working on cars? Again, go by Vulcan Tire. They have a spot for anyone that has a can-do attitude, wants to work, and enjoys helping people. 4 locations and more to come. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale. VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live will share the latest interviews and videos from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and campuses all over the college landscape. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Live Daily Show. Jim, Lance, and Ryan will share their thoughts, and remember you can always see the old shows on the Next Round Live YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and don't forget to comment. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. It's Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to join in the pledge to Decide to Ride on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and The Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back with you on the Next Round, part of the show being brought to you by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Our friend Connor O'Gara took a crack at predicting the rest of the CBS schedule. We'll bounce into that in a little bit, but let me tell you first how you can bounce onto your roof and get that roof fixed, repaired, or inspected without having to climb a ladder at all. You just call this guy, Greg Nelson, 205-542-3531. 542-3531. Greg Nelson, Storm Restoration Roofing, will get up on that roof and give you a roof inspection. If you have not had that roof inspected in the last few years or a few months, it's probably time to get it inspected after these recent storms. He'll do it free, no-cost inspection. You can also look him up on Facebook, Greg from Pell City, locally owned. He and his wife own it. It's been locally owned, Storm Restoration Roofing, for over 20 years. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Best warranties in the industry, and insurance companies trust Greg further than they can throw him. They just trust him, and they will make sure that you get the maximum amount of money you're owed right there, because Greg will take care of you. And keep this number on standby if you get storm damage to your roof. He'll come out and put together a video or picture portfolio that you can just turn right over to the insurance company. 205-542-3531, 542-3531. Greg from Pell City, Storm Restoration Roofing. All right, Connor O'Gara takes a crack at predicting the rest of the CBS schedule. We got Penn State and Auburn yesterday. We know Georgia, Florida's on there. September 24th, he says Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Dallas. That's his prediction.
Yeah, I mean, that has turned out to be a really interesting game. Last year, Arkansas won it. It was a fun game. It seems like that delivers a more fun and entertaining game than you expect annually.
The next week, October 1st, Alabama in Fayetteville against Arkansas.
So you go Bama back-to-back, and Arkansas back-to-back for that matter. Not looking at the rest of the SEC schedule that week, I think that's a game people feel like Alabama could trip up on.
Early game October 8th, he thinks it'll be Tennessee at LSU, then Texas A&M, Alabama. You sort of were leaning towards Auburn, Georgia.
Deep South's oldest rivalry. Now, some of this is going to depend on two things, how LSU starts and how Auburn starts, right? If LSU is better than you think with Brian Kelly and Tennessee's still hanging around in the East at that time, that's before Tennessee and Alabama play. Tennessee could still be undefeated then? Yeah, I could see that maybe.
Connor thinks after that big doubleheader primetime showdown between Jimbo and Nick, the old trap game in Knoxville against Tennessee, Alabama and Tennessee, the October 15th, 2:30 game.
I know people are going to roll their eyes at me saying this, but man, that's a lot of Alabama on CBS. I think we get that every year, but Alabama, Tennessee, yet again, if Tennessee goes and beats LSU and they're undefeated, that's going to be a top 10 matchup at that point. So I don't know how you would pass on that.
That's only 3 Alabama games deep into the season at that point. Ole Miss and LSU, October 22nd. November 5th, Tennessee at Georgia. November 12th, Alabama at Ole Miss.
Again, some of this is depending on how Ole Miss plays, but a lot of people think Alabama, that's another game they could potentially trip up.
November 19th, he thinks it'll end up being Georgia at Kentucky. The stage we've seen a couple of times in recent years where Kentucky maybe have a chance to upset Georgia and get to Atlanta. That has the possibility to have that stage set that day.
I mean, Lance, is a credit to Mark Stoops. He's had Kentucky in a game twice now playing Georgia, where if they win that game, they're going to win the East. Once they 100% locked the East down. The other time, it was an essential East win.
But, arguably their best season last year, they weren't even close in that game.
No, they weren't close really in either one of them.
I mean, it was a bloodbath. If Kentucky was to win that game, can you imagine if it came down to a one-game situation, tiebreaker, Kentucky went to the SEC championship?
Okay. On a day where they played a huge basketball game? Yeah.
November 26th, the Iron Bowl, he says, will be the CBS game. And Connor says no matter how bad Auburn is, this is getting the 2:30 CBS slot. Last time it did not was 2014.
I remember that. That was an SEC network game. And Musburger and Jesse, or no, was it ESPN and Musburger and Jesse Palmer did it?
It was ESPN in 2014.
Yep. They were the SEC Network crew, but they did that game that night.
Yeah. Instead of going with number 6 and testing the flexibility of that contract, it aired the Egg Bowl that day instead of the Iron Bowl back in 2014.
Well, I mean, that was the year State and Ole Miss pretty good.
Yep.
That was a good game.
Sure was.
Yeah.
All right, that's Connor projecting the rest of the CBS schedule. But good news for Auburn fans. They're locked that Penn State-Auburn game in at 2:30 as of yesterday. Our friends at Exclusive Auto Wholesale want to lock you into a great deal on a car right now.
Yeah, right now, Drew Shields and his team, they got me in a 2020 Mercedes 350 GLE. I absolutely love it. If you're in the car buying or selling market, one place you've got to check out, that's our friends at Exclusive Auto Wholesale. Inventory is a problem for a lot of people. It's not for Drew Shields and his crew at Exclusive Auto Wholesale. They've got the technology that will give you an instant cash offer for your car, whether you buy something from EAW or not. Drew and his team want to buy your car, any car. It's as simple as typing in your VIN number, miles, condition, uploading a few pics, then bam, from their website, you get an offer for your car instantly. Exclusive Auto Wholesale can take care of you nationwide with repeat business in almost every single state. For more information, check out that website today, eawcars.com. You can also stop by, see the incredible showroom, 2630 Pelham Parkway, and make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you.
Mavericks Warriors tonight, 8 o'clock TNT. Golden State leads that series 3-1, can wrap it up at home tonight. Phillies and Braves in action. Braves winning last night, 6:20 on Bally's tonight. The softball super regional start. Texas and Arkansas start a best-of-3 series tonight on ESPN2 at 6 o'clock. And if you're still into the hockey, Rangers and Hurricanes, 6 o'clock on ESPN tonight. That series is tied 2-2. Crucial game for Carolina if they want to get out of this thing. As a Lightning fan, cheering for the Rangers in this. That would be advantage Tampa, I think, if it ends up being Rangers in Tampa Bay. So I'll have my foam finger Ranger ready to go tonight, cheering for the Rangers.
Little foam finger.
Yeah. All right. Buster Olney at the top of the hour talking baseball, but right now it is time for trash. Hit it, Rockstar.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why'd you take your pants off? My balls was hot. I understand.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right.
I understand.
Mortgages done the right way.
Man, Ray Liotta, I just found out he was engaged, too.
I saw that in the story. I didn't bring that up. At age 67 was engaged.
Now, do you guys remember he was doing a commercial for, was it cigarettes, like how to stop smoking? Maybe he was a big smoker.
It was like Chantix, I think.
Is that to...
Yeah, stop
But he was in a beer
cigarettes.
commercial too, wasn't he? Or was it a
He was in
liquor?
It was a liquor commercial too. I don't know if it was a vodka or what.
No, it was...
I'll say it in a minute. I know who
tequila.
it was. Was it Hornitos?
Yeah, it was tequila. Yep. God, he was so good in Copland, too. Have you guys seen Copland?
A buddy of mine texted me and said one of his best roles is Copland. I've never seen Copland.
Oh, you guys need to see Copland. Really good.
Jack says, rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Next to Christopher Walken, he did crazy better than anyone.
Yeah, he didn't do crazy a lot. He just had those eyes, and it was one of the reasons
crazy
that,
eyes, yeah.
He was a model, too.
Yeah.
He just had such an interesting look.
1800 tequila silver is what he was doing.
I knew it was a liquor commercial.
He was actually one of the KFC colonels one time, according to this.
Yeah, they went through a lot. I'm sure it was.
Was the Georgia Gold.
Wait a minute.
Georgia Gold or Nashville Hot.
Ray Liotta is an excellent actor, but he cannot play a Confederate era general, I don't think.
I know he did Gap commercials for a while, but there's no way he did KFC.
I'm looking right here. KFC TV spot, Georgia Gold or Nashville Hot, featuring Ray Liotta. I'm just looking at it right here.
Oh, there it is. Rockstar's pulled it up. I mean,
that is him.
Guy's an excellent actor. We asked him to play a Confederate era Southern colonel. Ray Liotta. Wow. That's pretty broad spectrum there. He went from Goodfellas.
Very versatile. This one out of Montana. Just after noon on Monday, police were called to a Motel 6 where an assault had allegedly taken place. According to the police report, a maintenance worker saw a naked Robel Howard, 34 years old, of Butte, exit his room. Howard was told to get back in his room, which he did. Shortly thereafter, he came back out of the room, still without clothes, and was told once again to get back into his room. This time, Howard allegedly responded by headbutting the maintenance worker, then returning to his room.
Okay.
When officers entered Howard's room, he was still naked, and he was arrested for assault.
You still naked? I opened the door, Carl. Okay, he's still naked.
Could you imagine having to arrest a naked dude? Like if you're a cop?
Still naked since 2020.
I mean, that's got to be an awful thing. Like the dude just will not put his clothes on. I got to cuff him.
So to identify the most covered song in music history, 24/7 Tempo reviewed listings in the online cover song database. Secondhand songs, Christmas songs, and folk songs were excluded from consideration.
Landslide.
I would say I was thinking Brown Eyed Girl.
Landslide.
I'll get to the most covered in a minute. Here's some other songs of note. What a Wonderful World. 695 different covers.
See the dream.
Fly Me to the Moon. Originally Frank Sinatra. 712 covers.
Yeah.
The Girl from
Ipanema.
Oh, I hate that song.
734
How does
covers.
that song go?
A girl from Ipanema. That's a call waiting thing, too. They instrumentalize it.
Oh, it's a
I would say I've never heard it covered, but I guess it sounds the same.
Who sang it originally?
That girl. Where was she from?
Gilberto.
Oh, seriously? So it's not even a known act? Really?
Yeah. Yesterday by the Beatles, 1,015 covers.
That's a good song.
Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland, 1,343 covers. And the most covered song in the history of music is Summertime. 2,200 recorded versions.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fresh Prince and
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
And why does his name escape me?
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
I really thought Landslide would make the list.
I did too.
Well, it might be on the list. I mean, they had a huge list.
Well, I mean, I thought the Dixie Chicks, actually, before they got canceled, did a really good cover of Landslide.
Everybody does a Landslide.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I mean, one of the most famous covers of all time I really, really like is Chris Stapleton covering Tennessee Whiskey. I mean, he did a phenomenal job. Made it his own. I mean, there's a whole generation doesn't realize George Jones did that song. I thought he was terrific.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a show on covers one day.
I'm good with that.
I like...
I'm a duvet guy.
You what?
Wait, what?
Duvet.
Sorry.
Nothing compares to you, Chris Cornell's.
Oh, superb.
And that was off the cuff, too. So I just.
A man in Malaysia was left needing medical treatment after a snake bit him on the backside as he sat on the toilet.
I tell you, this is why you pre-flush. I don't know how often I have to say this on the show. Why do people not listen to me?
Now, resident Sabri Tazali, 28, had been sitting on the toilet playing video games on his phone when the snake struck.
That's the other thing.
That's why you have
Where's
to do
the
your
mop,
business.
Carl? It's by the toilet. There's a snake there.
Where's the snake? I don't even see the snake
It's
right
Alabama fan. He's got a
Under the-
crimson toilet, doesn't he?
He really does.
Well, that's more Mississippi State.
Oh, there's the snake. Okay.
Or A&M.
Yeah.
Where's the snake?
It's right under the mop. See, under the mop, it's all curled up. It looks like another piece of clothing.
Big ass snake.
It is.
It's an old ass biter.
It's not an
Hey,
ass.
Would you?
It's an ass.
Would you eat a sandwich off that floor?
Megatron.
No, but I love the piping in there, Brown. I think that's what you get into. Like that piping does not look professionally
Well,
done.
I mean, and we're in Malaysia.
No, and that piping looks like they just leave the lid down when they piss.
Yeah, it really does.
Where's my Adidas jacket? It's on the floor. I got it.
Next to the toilet.
Ugh.
Where'd my Tupperware go?
yeah.
A lot going on in this picture. isn't
Eat
there?
some cookies out of that.
Now, panicking, as you can imagine,
Well, I would
Tazali
think.
stood up to find the snake was holding onto one of his ass cheeks.
Yep.
He yanked the reptile off, rushed to leave the bathroom, smashing the door in the process. Now, the snake that bit Tazali was not venomous, and he was treated with a tetanus shot. The reptile, reportedly a python, that does not look like a python,
Yeah, it's a small python.
was taken away from the property by the local fire and rescue department.
Now imagine picture yourself that happening to you, where you jump up, you rip it off your arse, and then you run away. Your britches are still down.
That's right,
So
yep.
you got to do the penguin walk,
And you're exposed.
And you're panicked.
Yep.
That's the least of my worries.
Yeah, I think you're in shock at that point.
Yeah.
You know, our litigious society, there are some ridiculous lawsuits, and then there's this. Now, we've all seen, or I think you guys have seen Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Yes.
He gets upset, and even more upset as the movie, goes on. One of the things he's upset about when he goes to order lunch, he doesn't believe his burger looks like the burger in that picture.
All right. That's a running problem there.
A New York man recently filed a lawsuit over misleading ads.
Oh, there's no way these two pictures are correct.
Yeah. I mean, Lance, it's not
come
even
on.
the same sandwich.
I'm going to sue too.
No,
but
that's
I mean,
what you get.
No, it's not. That
That is
doesn't
what
even
you-
have all the toppings on it. He's
That's-
knocked off some toppings.
I'm telling you, that's what you get at most burger places.
Well,
I
if
disagree.
I'm buying that and that's what I get, I'm out the door. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm going to
Okay,
I'm going to throw it back at him, knock off some cups, and twerk on my way out the door.
Okay, do you want me to save it for you guys or Lunsford? Do you want to do it tomorrow where we pull like a Wendy's, a Hardee's, we get a couple of the burgers, we unpackage them, and then we show what it looks like? Because that's what you get on the right. That's what it looks like on the left.
I would say not from our sponsors. All of them, they give you exactly what.
Now, that one is a little different.
I mean, that's just an angle situation there.
That's not an angle. The coloring, everything.
But the first one,
I want my onion, a little bit of onion, but I want it on top of the bun.
Yes,
Really weird.
yes.
Press
no,
in.
two on top, and then maybe is that a two?
But that happens. I mean, you're slinging onions around. It's on the wrapper. I just throw it in there, wrap it up. That's okay.
The burger's all busted up. I mean, that's what you want. The
Yeah.
perfect looking burger. Anyway, the man, Justin Chiminti, sued McDonald's and Wendy's for unfair and deceptive trade practices. He's seeking $50 million in damages
seems
for himself
excessive, yeah.
and everyone else who had thought the burgers actually look like they do in the ads. Well, if you've been eating there long enough, you know they don't.
yeah. But I don't really expect that.
I don't either.
I mean, I don't expect to look at the picture on the scoreboard up there and think that the guy in the back that probably doesn't want to be there is going to make it just like that picture.
But it's pretty close. I mean, you run
yeah.
into our friends at
Close.
Culver's. It's going to at least have all the toppings, like you said, Brown. It wasn't stacked properly. It didn't. The first one
one
picture,
didn't even have all the
But
toppings.
I'll
Didn't
give
have
you
all
an-
the toppings.
An example. Look, I've never been on one of these dating apps. Rockstar has. I would assume that not all these girls look like their picture.
Oh, I'm serious. Like you pick like I looked the best when I was a senior in high school. I am now 40 years old, but I'm going to use that picture.
But look, that's two totally different
the
burgers.
high school girl on the left.
No,
Yeah,
But
they
and that's
knocked
the
the
girl after
toppings
3
off.
kids in her 40s on the
I
right.
can't see the bacon. I don't know what the hell this stuff is.
That's
but
onion straws.
So
Onion
that's
straws.
what's shooting out right here.
Right,
I
onion
believe.
straw, yeah.
right.
Or a
It's just
pickle.
small. It's a small burger.
It doesn't have to look as good as the picture.
No.
but it's at least got to be the same burger. That's
Well,
a different burger.
I think one of the problems too is you look at the proportions here, and that's another thing. He said both companies are at least 15% larger in the ads. That dude's doing a peace sign and holding his burger.
Yeah, he's got it between his two fingers. His
You would
bird
have to
finger
use
is-
both hands to hold the burger on the
Yeah.
left.
That's not his thumb?
No. I think he's peace signing.
No, I think he's holding it between his bird finger and his index finger.
They're the same length almost.
Yeah.
It'll be a long thumb.
And finally, a new study published in Science Advances. Last time you guys read a
this morning. Yeah, I like to read it before I come into work.
Last time I got bit on the butt by a snake.
Oh, yeah?
It has demonstrated that common bottlenose dolphins use urine samples to figure out friends from strangers.
I'm going to need you to pee in this cup there.
Oh, Bob, how you been?
Oh, that's a seahorse. That's a seahorse.
Excuse me, Mr. Marino. I'm going to need you to pee in this cup.
Now, the authors from the University of St. Andrews in Scotland made the conclusion after observing dolphins swimming through plums of urine. Plumes. Okay. Yes. Plumes of urine. Waste left over from familiar dolphins seemed to get more attention than the urine left by strangers. Now, the urine curiosity coupled with the known dolphin communications like whistling seems to indicate dolphins can recognize peers by the contents of their bladder.
But dogs, that's what dogs do. And they sniff poles and stuff when they're on a walk or on a run. They run up and sniff trees and they're like, oh, George has been here. Let me let him know I was here.
It's mine now.
I read once, like a Labrador Retriever, if you poured a gallon of human urine, in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, they could smell it in the water. That's how good their smell is.
I believe that.
Yeah.
By the way, I got a new name.
What?
Corny up. My child Cord does not like the bassinet. He cries every time, so I thought this, and I don't sleep. So about 3 a.m. I thought of it. He is a bassinet hound.
You got to get some sleep.
You want Cord for a night?
Uh-huh.
You want Cord for a night?
I mean, I'll take him. Again, my wife cannot provide for him what he needs that your wife can.
Will she at least try?
Just give him some Barber's 2%.
But I'm saying, I mean,
He's almond milk.
If you, I'll go bottles. If you're, we'll keep him. We'll keep him through the. If you're okay with bottles through the night. Now
she's not gonna be okay.
We're headed to the beach tomorrow. We're headed to the beach
fine.
tomorrow, so it's gonna be.
Once Maggie and I get through this graduation and through Memorial Day weekend, we've actually talked about coming over for just hanging out and letting Nancy sleep.
That's been attempted before from friends, and she ends up talking to them and cooking them lunch.
We will mandate her go to sleep.
The roommate,
I will take her in to tie her down to the bed.
But she feels so bad. She's like, I'll lay down for like 30 minutes going like, oh, I can't leave just somebody with my child. Like, I don't want to leave them like, here, I'm going to go sleep. You watch this.
Yeah, the roommate's done multiple days over there.
What does she make for lunch?
She did for my sister. I think it was, I can't remember what it was.
A good chicken salad?
This draws Brown in.
What, a good lunch?
Yeah.
Well, crap, yeah.
It was like a turkey and dressing sandwich.
Oh, the Brown.
Yeah.
That is Trash Today brought to you by.
Hey, we all need a little help sometimes, and our friends at Mortgage Right, they're ready to lend you a hand. Mortgage Right's down payment assistance program gives you the option to purchase a new home without coming out of pocket for a down payment. Their team of mortgage experts always ready to offer their time, tips, and tools to help move you in with confidence with no money down. Take advantage of this home buying benefit by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR today. NMLS 2239 Equal Housing Lender.
And as always, this hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken that I'm craving right now. It's a nice rainy day out there. Some nice hot fried chicken with all the great sides. Chicken on a stick, those peppers battered in there with the chicken. Unbelievable handmade chicken fingers, and of course those Mississippi Delta tamales. You get them all right there at Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. When we come back, what Ryan Day says about all this NIL world stuff, it is next right here on TNR.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
When it comes to choosing a dentist, two things are critical: trust and comfort. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. It's why I tell you about Stone Creek Dental Care. Dentist owned and operated, and Stone Creek Dental Care is the Southeast premier provider of comprehensive dental care with more than 20 locations, including Birmingham, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Trussville, and Montgomery. Stone Creek Dental Care is able to provide a level of quality care you will not find anywhere else. From your basic cleaning to restorative dentistry, cosmetics, and endodontics, Stone Creek Dental Care covers a wide and comprehensive range of dental services for patients of any age. Stone Creek Dental Care Care's mission is to provide the highest quality dental care to every single patient in an environment that exemplifies the highest ethical, personal, compassionate, and professional standards, and to provide the best patient experience possible. Stone Creek Dental Care is currently accepting new patients at all locations, and new patients get a free Chick-fil-A gift card at your first appointment. So visit StoneCreekDentalCare.com to find a location nearest you. StoneCreekDentalCare.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at One Man and a Toolbox. One Man and a Toolbox has provided professional handyman services since 1997. Honesty and reliability are qualities that embody every one of their employees. From residential to commercial, One Man and a Toolbox, they've got a background to help you with almost any project. I've used them multiple times at my home. Give them a call today. Get that free estimate, 205-823-2111. That's 205-823-2111 or online, OneManInAToolbox.com.
Anheuser-Busch wants every experience for you around beer to be a good one. And getting home safely is always a priority. So encourage friends to decide to ride, whether it's by being the designated driver, calling an Uber, or taking public transit. You cannot drive drunk if you don't drive there. This message is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and the Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round host a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and bourbon, our weekly college football conversation while sipping some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call. LT takes off the gloves for an in-depth conversation with stars like Taylor Hicks, presented by Redmond Vodka. Find those podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple, Spotify, and on our website, nextroundlive.com. There's nothing I like more than a unique, delicious meal, and that's what you get at Champy's world-famous fried chicken right on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those great full fried chicken plates, the tenders, the po' boys, but I love the Southern staple chicken on a stick. It's perfect for a tailgate or watching the big game. And then the authentic Mississippi Delta recipe homemade tamales, the best I've ever tasted. See the whole menu or order online at champyschicken.com. For Blues, Brews, and Bird, it's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119, Alabaster.
Summer weather is finally here. Make sure your air conditioner is ready for the Alabama heat. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the ones to call for all of your HVAC needs. Hemphill Services is a locally owned and operated independent Trane dealer, and the team can service all makes and models. Get the guys at Hemphill Services to make sure your HVAC unit is ready to help you beat the Alabama heat this summer. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, do what I do. Call Hemphill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090.
When it comes to choosing a dentist, two things are critical: trust and comfort. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. It's why I tell you about Stone Creek Dental Care. Dentist owned and operated, and Stone Creek Dental Care is the Southeast's premier provider of comprehensive dental care with more than 20 locations, including Birmingham, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Trussville, and Montgomery. Stone Creek Dental Care is able to provide a level of quality care you will not find anywhere else. From your basic cleaning to restorative dentistry, cosmetics, and endodontics, Stone Creek Dental Care covers a wide and comprehensive range of dental services for patients of any age. Stone Creek Dental Care's mission is to provide the highest quality dental care to every single patient in an environment that exemplifies the highest ethical, personal, compassionate, and professional standards, and to provide the best patient experience possible. Stone Creek Dental Care is currently accepting new patients at all locations, and new patients get a free Chick-fil-A gift card at your first appointment. So visit StoneCreekDentalCare.com to find a location nearest you. StoneCreekDentalCare.com.
Buster Olney at the top of the hour, developing college football news as well. But first, here's Ryan Day, Cut 10 Rockstar. Ryan Day, the head coach at Ohio State, talking about the risk in name, image, and likeness. Now, here's another guy talking to Ohio State Buckeye site 11 Warriors up there, and he's explaining the risk involved with name, image, and likeness. Different guy, not Nick Saban, saying something.
There's risk everywhere. You know, there's risk if you do nothing. Yeah, you get left behind. If you go the other end, there's risk that you get fired for cause for crossing the line. So finding that sweet spot is where the challenge is right now. And when there aren't clear-cut rules or rules that are being enforced, that it creates hard feelings and unrest. And I think that's where we are right now.
What he says is 100% true. It's what do you do if I get in knee deep where I need to be? Are they going to come back and say, "Oh, wait, you violated some rules and you can fire me and not pay me my $10 million?"
Well, what he said there at the end is a better version of what I've been saying all along about the speed limit, where there aren't clear-cut rules, there are going to be unrest, and there are no clear-cut rules. There is no posted speed limit right now, and A&M was doing 195, but they weren't breaking the law because there's no posted speed limit. But what Ryan Day is saying, much differently than what Nick Saban said, is it makes it hard on all of us because we don't know where to land here. We don't know if we need to go be doing 195 right next to them, or do we need to obey what we think is the speed limit?
He's 100% right, though. If you do nothing, you get left behind.
Well, yeah, if you never crank the car, you're out of it. Yeah.
Now the developing news, and this comes from the national championship winning coach, who also, by the way, is pretty good at recruiting.
So Kirby Smart does not have a announced contract extension yet. Now, Lance has him in our pool, and this is going to win it or lose it for Lance, whatever this ends up. Today was the Board of Trustees Athletic Committee meeting. A number has not been announced before you get too excited here, but the president, Jer Moorhead at Georgia, says that we plan on paying Kirby Smart, quote, commensurate with a national championship winning coach. So that's going to put you basically Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher range, which is $9 to $10 million.
It would actually be 10 to almost 11 million.
Which one of those is making 11?
I think Jimbo is up to $10.5 million. I think he's $10.5 million a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Saban's over 10.
Yeah. We will work closely with his agent. This is Josh Brooks, the AD. His agent, of course, is Jimmy Sexton. It's been a great process with him. No qualms there. It's been a great process. After the 2017 season, he was making $4.5 million, got a raise to $7 million annually where he is now. Now, here's the interesting part of the story. The president was asked to get into figures. He declined to do that. So then he was asked, according to Mark Weiser, who covers Georgia for The Athletic, could it end up being a $100 million total deal? Those have been the rumors, $100 million total.
That's 10
which
years.
feels like 10 years, $10 million.
10 years, $10 million.
Quoting the school president, I don't think anyone will be surprised.
Yeah.
Now Dabo's contract stopped short at $10 million. Jimbo's hit $10 million, right?
That's right.
Saban's has never been at $10 million or $100 million.
Well, it's never been extended that far out.
Let me ask the question again. Dabo's contract stopped short of $100 million. Did Jimbo's get there?
Jimbo, I think, is $100 million.
Okay.
It's 10 years, $10 million.
I'll
look it up.
Saban has never been far enough along. His has never been extended far enough to get to $100 million.
See, I didn't know that Jimbo got that. I know he got
I thought it was still in the 90s.
$75 million 10-year deal.
Then it got bumped. Don't forget it got bumped. But I thought it got bumped, Jim, to a 10-year $9.5. I thought he was at 95. I could be wrong. I think Dabo was in the low 90s in the last one he did several years ago. And again, Saban's has never been a 10-year contract, and that's part of the issue there. So this could be the first $100 million coaching contract we've ever had. Could be. I don't think we've ever had another one.
Jimbo Fisher's extension is $100 million.
Okay, so he's at $100 million.
Yep.
Well, that's commensurate with a national championship coach. Jimbo has won a national championship.
Good news for me.
Good news for you. Good news for Kirby.
$95 million over 10 years is what? No, it's $95 million over 10 years. $9.5 million.
All right. So Kirby Smart could be the first $100 million coach we've ever seen. Again, I always go back to just 15 years ago. 15 years ago, people were wringing their hands over Nick Saban getting $4 million a year.
Yep.
Think of how much that's changed in 15 years. That was a $32 million guaranteed contract Nick Saban got. And 15 years later, Kirby Smart's about to potentially sign a $100 million contract to coach football.
But who doesn't deserve it? I mean, he deserves
I'm
that
not
much
arguing
money.
that. I'm just saying it's amazing how far we've come in 7 years that Nick Saban had to basically do an interview with Chris Mortensen, almost a PR interview, because of how much flack he was getting for what he was making.
There's no way I would even there's no way I'd sign a 10-year deal if I'm Kirby at his age.
Why?
Because I want raises. I want big chunk raises. Not that they won't tear it up and redo it down the road, but I don't want to be tied into 10 years. I'd like to have something where every year I'm getting a chance to renegotiate.
What if it's a guaranteed contract? You want to do 10 years, $100 million guaranteed?
Yeah, I guess I would. Buster's coming up next. We can talk more about this on the other side. I would do it, but if I'm Kirby, you see what I'm saying, right?
I do, but if it's a guaranteed contract.
I don't want to be locked into just $10.5 million every year for the next 10 years. If I win another national championship, it's a chance for me to raise the stakes again.
Well, I'm sure
Mel Tucker's making what I'm making. We're late. We got to get to Buster here, but we'll bring this back up on the other side. Part of our show being brought to you by our friends at Redmont Distilling and Redmont Vodka.
Yeah, the official vodka here of the Next Round. Pick up a bottle today, locally owned and operated. Their aim, clarity and taste, color and smell. It's vodka perfection. Redmont vodka made from corn, which not only makes it gluten-free, also provides that smooth finish, no harsh aftertaste. 8 times distilled and available at your local package and ABC stores.
Follow Rockstar on Twitter @RockstarBHM.
The Next Round is proud to partner with Vulcan Tire and Auto, and we're excited to announce their first-class team and facilities are growing. If you are an experienced general maintenance technician looking for a new opportunity with a great growing company, go by Vulcan Tire. They want to talk to you. Not experienced, but interested in working on cars? Again, go by Vulcan Tire. They have a spot for anyone that has a can-do attitude, wants to work, and enjoys helping people. 4 locations and more to come. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Spring is here, and as temperatures rise, it usually brings wind and rain, and that can lead to problems. Ryan Brown here for the Next Round. If a problem does occur, Dry Tech specialists are ready to help. It is so important to act immediately when water damage occurs. Failing to do so can cause mold, rot, and mildew issues. So act fast. Call Dry Tech at 205-637-0143. You get 24/7 emergency services with Dry Tech, 205-637-0143 or mydrytech.com. Summer is here, and that means it's moving season. Whether you are looking for the perfect home or you need to sell yours, Holly Mack Wilson can do it all. Call Holly Mack Wilson today, 205-901-9446, and let her work for you. Holly Mack Wilson, your dream home expert, 205-901-9446. That's 205-901-9446. Holly Mack Wilson, a trusted Tuscaloosa Keller Williams realtor you can always depend on.
Spring is finally here. Now's the time to hit those trails and sidewalks you've been missing in a fresh pair of perfectly fit New Balance running or walking shoes from the New Balance Birmingham store. Our trained fit specialists get as much information as possible before matching you with the perfect pair of New Balance shoes. We've also got all the apparel and other gear you need for spring, too. There's no better time to get outside than right now. So come over to the New Balance Birmingham store and get your custom-fit New Balance footwear and spring apparel today.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast like Bama and Bourbon, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. That's nextroundlive.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Summer weather is finally here. Make sure your air conditioner is ready for the Alabama heat. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the ones to call for all of your HVAC needs. Hemphill Services is a locally owned and operated independent train dealer, and the team can service all makes and models. Get the guys at Hemphill Services to make sure your HVAC unit is ready to help you beat the Alabama heat this summer. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, do what I do. Call Hemphill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We'll talk baseball in just a second with Buster Olney. 93 days away from the start of the college football season. We have played 0 innings at the SEC baseball tournament today. Weather still in the area. We're a full day and almost a half behind the schedule now because of weather all week long. And what is still a double elimination tournament at this point will be turned into a single elimination tournament before the day is done, is my prediction. But the good news is Alabama's won 2 games and is right now projected to be in the NCAA tournament field. That according to the last bracketology, if you will, for baseball.
All right, let's talk some baseball with our buddy Buster Olney on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. He's presented each week by MyBookie.ag. With the code NEXTROUND, they'll match your first bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie.ag. Welcome in, Buster. How are you?
I'm doing okay, guys. What's going on?
We are living in a tropical rainforest here in Birmingham, so your Vandy Commodores cannot manage to get on the field somehow.
Well, when they do, they'll find a way.
Yes.
We need a dome stadium here in Birmingham. That's what we need. Yes,
we could definitely use that. I want to go back for just a moment to some of the big news that involved a couple guys that have local ties here with Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson. Tim, of course, is an Alabama native. Donaldson played at Auburn. Were you surprised at how quickly and decisively Major League Baseball acted in this?
I was surprised. I wasn't surprised that they acted quickly. I was told on Sunday, the day after the incident between the two of them, that they were going to have a decision likely on Monday. I was really surprised that Rob Manfred didn't absolutely take it upon himself to show leadership in that moment. And I was surprised that the discipline wasn't greater. It was an opportunity for Major League Baseball to send a message to everybody. Look, this is not going to be accepted. Rob relegated it to one of his underlings. I think this was a decision, an incident that he should have grabbed hold of and said, I'm going to address this and I'm going to make it clear exactly what our standards are. And and excuse me for being a little verbose on this topic. After I was there on Saturday and on Sunday and watched what Tim Anderson experienced over the weekend, and it brought me back to a conversation I had with one of my longtime colleagues, Claire Smith, who's African-American. I worked with her at the New York Times, and I worked with her at ESPN. And she told me a story about how in the 1980s, when she was covering the Yankees, she's going through the clubhouse, and one of the clubhouse attendants sees her and says, hey, there goes Aunt Jemima. Oh. And she was initially just enraged by the slur. She knew that she had the power probably to get that person fired. She called George Steinbrenner. She probably could have got that person out of there. But then she also felt like, why do I have to deal with this? Why is this put upon me? And so as I watched Tim Anderson over the weekend, he goes to the ballpark on Saturday. He's just playing baseball, and Josh Donaldson says, the Jackie thing to him on Saturday. There are 2 dust-ups on the field. And then after the game, he's surrounded by reporters. He's got to explain exactly what the history is. And then on Sunday, I've heard from White Sox players, he was really down that this whole thing had popped up. He sits out the first game of the doubleheader. He gets into the batter's box for the first inning of Sunday's game, and he's booed. And the rest of the game, he's got people chanting Jackie at him, which you guys know and I know is going to happen the rest of his career, okay? He's still answering questions about what happened over the weekend. Think about, from Tim Anderson's perspective, baseball should have done more than 1 game. Whatever Josh's intent was, and I take him at his word, he wasn't, that he's not a racist, but the way he affected Tim Anderson, he should have gotten more than 1 game.
Tough to transition from that, but if I asked you, Buster, a better chance the Padres win the NL West or the Rays win the AL East?
Wow, that's a great question. I'm going to say, because I believe in the overall dominance of the Dodgers, and I think they're going to be a tough team to unseat, knowing they're going to add during the course of the year. I think it'll be easier for the Rays, in part because while the Yankees have gotten off this great start, there are cracks showing right now. Their bullpen is kind of a mess. Chad Green is such an important figure and is out for the year with Tommy John surgery. Aroldis Chapman is a total mess. Jonathan Loaizaga having all kinds of issue with his confidence. And they've had guys go down in their lineup, including Josh Donaldson. So there's an opening there for the Rays in a way that I just don't see it for the Padres. Now, you could push back and say Manny Machado's been the best player in baseball so far, and next month, at the end of the next month, they'll probably get Fernando Tatis Jr. back.
I'm always disappointed when I read an ESPN staff article and your opinion's not in there. So I'm going to ask you one of the questions because I'm dying to know. One of the questions is, who is the most entertaining team in baseball to watch right now? For your dollar, who is that team?
For me, it's got to be the Angels because you've got arguably the greatest player of all time. And I think that's what we're going to call Mike Trout at the time he retires, the greatest player of all time. And you got Shohei Ohtani, who's doing something we've never seen before, right? In some respects, in terms of marketability, Ohtani is the Batman of baseball. And then his Robin is Mike Trout. It's hard for any other team to top that combination. And it's fun that they're winning this year. That, for me, would be the team that's must watch.
Buster Olney of ESPN with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. He's presented each week by MyBookie.ag. Use the code NEXTROUND when you go to MyBookie.ag. Since winning the World Championship in 2019, the Nationals have been awful. There's no way around it. They've still got the manager that won the World Championship. His contract is coming to an end. What do you think is the future of Dave Martinez in Washington?
I think that totally depends on his relationship with the next owners of the Nationals, because that's really what's going on now. The Lerner family has put the team up for sale. I have not independently confirmed this, but there's a lot of conversation in baseball that there are folks in the DC area who are going to wind up buying that team. And, the question is, I think everybody will have for that group once they take over, what do you want to do with Mike Rizzo, the longtime general manager whose contract expires the end of this year? What do you want to do with Dave Martinez? Given that dynamic, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they make wholesale changes with a new ownership group coming in. But it's just a guess. We won't know until those folks answer questions.
Well, you said when it's all said and done, Mike Trout might be the greatest ever. Albert Pujols, we brought him up on the show last week. He's had a couple of interesting moments this season. He's 42 years old. We saw him pitch for the first time ever, hit 2 bombs on Sunday against the Pirates. Where will Pujols be when it's all said and done?
An inner circle Hall of Famer. For me, he's not quite there in the same conversation with the likes of Babe Ruth, with Trout. And I think his greatness is forgotten often because, let's face it, after he signed with the Angels, it was a drift downward. Now, it's really cool that after the Dodgers got him last year, and count me among the people who thought he was done. Like when the Angels released him last year, I thought, nobody would pick him up. Not only the Dodgers get him, but he was a productive player. The Cardinals had followed up on that. They match him up against left-handers. They match him up against pitchers who don't throw very hard, and he continues to be a productive player. But I think because that downward drift in the second half of his career, he's not in the same group. And by the way, an idea that I had for the Home Run Derby in conversation with my colleague Eduardo Perez yesterday, how about in the Home Run Derby, one of the entrants be like a way to give tribute to stars late in their career, have tag team old guys, okay? So you could have one entrant be a tag team of Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, Joey Votto.
Okay.
And they take
Yeah.
turns. I think that would be a blast. I think the players have a lot of fun with it. And, the old guys would have fun with it.
Oh, no, I like that idea a lot. Speaking of old guys who can hit home runs, I saw where Barry Bonds was back at the park the other night. Jock Peterson talked with him, hit 3 home runs in that game. You're around the sport a lot. Where's Barry standing with fans and just being around the ballpark? Does he come to the ballpark a lot? Is he there? Is he around a lot of places?
In recent years, since he left the Marlins, he was the hitting coach there, of course, for a time. But mostly where he appears is in San Francisco. He'll always be a hero there in a way that he will never be anyplace else. Roger Clemens has been embraced at Fenway Park by Red Sox fans in recent years. But, and in Houston, Roger also is accepted. But generally speaking, I don't think those guys go a lot of places. Not necessarily because they wouldn't, but because, let's face it, a lot of fans just will view them as being players whose accomplishments are tarnished. I personally, defer to my favorite player that I ever covered, Tony Gwynn, who just absolutely was captured by the greatness of Barry Bonds. That's how I'll think of him, as being the superlative talent. And yes, look, I'm not naive. He took PEDs, but so did a whole lot of other players in his generation. The only reason why we talk about Barry Bonds is he happened to be better than everybody else.
Phillies Mets Sunday night for Buster and the crew there on ESPN. He's with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Acuna getting scratched for the lineup for the Braves. Is that just an example of the fact that they are going to be extremely careful with him as he continues to work his way back in?
Yeah. And I also think, we started to see this the last couple of years where he does seem to get dinged up, right?
Yeah.
With the style of play that he has, you hope that this is not something that they'll deal with all year, because when you watch the Braves right now, it just feels like they're having a hard time getting day-to-day consistency. What's the number? They haven't won 3 straight games yet this year.
Not yet.
I was communicating with one of the people in the front office recently, and I said, look, Matt Olson is a fine player. He's their first baseman who they got to replace Freddie Freeman. But you realize what Freddie Freeman brought to that lineup day in and day out was those consistent at-bats. Balls hit through the middle, good pitcher, bad pitcher, early in the game, late in the game. He was always the same guy. They really have lacked his consistency this season. Somebody else, whether it's Austin Riley, whether it's Acuna, Dansby Swanson has gotten hot lately. Somebody else has to step in and be that guy.
Buster, as I ask this question, you see I've got a Dodgers mug. I'm a big Dodgers guy. But when it's all said and done, better career, Clayton Kershaw or Justin Verlander?
Wow. When it's all said and done, okay, statistically right now, I think Kershaw's had the better career. There's a great number, adjusted ERA plus, which measures a player's dominance relative to his era. Clayton Kershaw is number 1 all time in the regular season among all starting pitchers. However, it feels like that Clayton now has reached that stage where there's going to be a fall when he's going to pick up a baseball and say, you know what, I'm kind of done. He's 34 years old. I think he did that this last winter, where I think he was sort of open-minded about how he was feeling. And if you told me in the fall he retired, or in 2 years, that wouldn't surprise me. Justin wants to be great for a long time. He wants to be his generation's Nolan Ryan. And I do think, Tim Kirkchin, my colleague, laughs at me. He thinks it's ridiculous. I think Justin's got 231 wins. I think he's got a legitimate chance to get to 300 because he has that drive, and he's demonstrated this year he can still be a dominant pitcher.
ESPN2, Sunday night for Phillies Mets, 6 o'clock for Buster's crew there at Citi Field. Phillies Mets in the Braves division there. At 6 o'clock on ESPN2. Buster, always great. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you so much.
One caveat with that.
Uh-oh.
If the Celtics wrap up the series against the Heat on Friday, we will be on ESPN1 with our game. And you can imagine who I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
I can imagine that, yes. All right, so Buster in the Celtics green there, and we got Phillies Mets potentially on ESPN or ESPN2. Thank you, Buster. Enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take care. Buster with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. He's presented each week by our friends at MyBookie.ag. Don't forget to use the code NEXTROUND when you sign up, and they will secure your first deposit bonus up to $1,000. They'll meet you halfway, up to $1,000. MyBookie.ag and the code NEXTROUND. MyBookie.ag and the code NEXTROUND.
Chad says, I thought for sure Buster would say the Reds were the most fun to watch. Not the case. In fact, they're at home today. Day baseball on the Major League Baseball Network. Cubs up 3-0 on the Reds right now as they play in the bottom of the second.
As much as we've busted on the Reds, the Nationals are only 2 games in front of them. I mean, the Nationals are just about as bad.
I think we'll see Buster on ESPN.
You think Celtics close that one out?
Yeah.
You ready to give a lock yet for tonight? You want to wait a little bit longer?
How about you just do the tag? We will have the game up tonight. I don't know if it's going to be the lock yet.
All right.
We'll have some Major League Baseball, too.
So you can get the play at lanceslock.com on Mavericks and Warriors, and some baseball as well at lanceslock.com. It's brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill. Hemp Hill Services, when things aren't running right, flowing right, or draining right, you remember the one name, Hemp Hill. They've been taking care of Birmingham since 1954. Adam and Chad, his all-star team there, they fix it right, they fix it the first time, and they fix it at a fair price. Call up Hemp Hill at this number, 205-229-2090. 229-2090 for the folks at Hemp Hill for all your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs. Lance will send out the lock a little bit later at the Lance Taylor. All right, here's what's still to come. Next segment, we will jump in to the Kirby Smart contract. Lance had some more thoughts on that approaching the top of the hour. We had to put that on pause because of Buster. We'll get back into that. And at 12:35, Rockstar has our 4 downs today. That's all straight ahead right here on The Next Round.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at ScottForresterTV.
If renting is putting a dent in your bank account, here's your sign from the universe that it's time to buy a new home. And who better to help you through the ins and outs of home buying than our friends at Mortgage Right. With Mortgage Right, you don't have to worry about becoming a short notice mortgage expert because they do all the heavy lifting for you. They're trusted mortgage professionals, and they'll help you choose the right mortgage option and stand by your side every step of the way. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to buy before renting runs you dry. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender. I don't know about you guys, but this warm weather has me excited about getting outside again. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round, and now is the perfect time to let our friends at Wayne's give your lawn the TLC it needs to get you prepared for that barefoot good summer lawn of your dreams. And right now, they're offering their best deal of the year, giving you your first month free with a 1-year EnviroLawn agreement. First month free, and they'll take care of mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks as well. Call 866-WAYNES1 or online at callwaynes.com.
Join us at Protective Stadium this weekend as the USFL salutes the armed forces. Let's go! Sunday, all military and veterans get a free USFL hat for Military Appreciation Day. Bring the family and wear red, white, and blue to cheer on your Birmingham Stallions. Let's go, Stallions! As they take on the Maulers at 1 p.m. Everybody's playing here. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Buy your tickets today at theusfl.com.
The new location of Walk-Ons is now open at Stadium Trace in Hoover near the Hoover Met. And just like the location off Highway 280, you get authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine prepared fresh from scratch every day. Walk-Ons Happy Hour is 2 to 6 Monday through Friday. $5 moonshine swirls, $5 house pours, and half-price appetizers. Download the Walk-Ons mobile app for an easy take-home experience for the family. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana at Walk-Ons off Highway 281-19 and now at Stadium Trace near the Hoover Met.
What makes Culver's Butterburger one of America's best-loved burgers? I could go on for hours, but all you really need to know is this. Our fresh, never-frozen beef is made from the highest quality cuts for richness and flavor. We press that beef into a very hot grill after you order, and that's how we get that nice caramelized edge. Then we lightly butter and toast the bun for that extra bit of goodness.
That's what makes it a Culver's Butterburger. Let us craft one for you today. Welcome to Delicious.
Spring is here, and as temperatures rise, it usually brings wind and rain, and that can lead to problems. Ryan Brown here for The Next Round. If a problem does occur, Dry Tech specialists are ready to help. It is so important to act immediately when water damage occurs. Failing to do so can cause mold, rot, and mildew issues. So act fast. Call Dry Tech at 205-637-0143. You get 24/7 emergency services with Dry Tech. 205-637-0143 or mydrytech.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round, and I am with Drew Shields, the owner and operator of Exclusive Auto Wholesale in Pelham. So why is it important for you guys to produce a better and more unique experience for the buyer here at EAW?
Well, it's important because word of mouth goes a long way. Everyone is quick to put up a Google review, and it's all about taking care of the customer to get that 5-star rating in return.
Make sure you drop by, see Drew Shields and that great team at Exclusive Auto Wholesale. For more information, eawcars.net.
Spring is the best time to be on the golf course, and Jerry Pate's design at Timberline will not disappoint. The course is in fantastic condition, and if you don't have time for a round of golf, come use Timberline's TrackMan driving range. You can practice, play games, and play virtual golf all on the practice tee. Come enjoy your day on one of Alabama's top 10 courses you can play. It's Timberline Golf Club. Timberline is easy to get to just off I-65 at exit 228. Book tee times online at timberlinegc.com. Tee it up at Timberline.
Want more of The Next Round? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Next Round store is live and loaded. Check out the latest logo t-shirts and hoodies. Get your favorite team colors, the Next Round flag shirt, or grab the popular Y'all Can Have the Rest t-shirts. Go to nextround.store. That's nextround.store.
Rockstar Guy brings us this developing news section of college sports. It's Adam Mestre.
Adam Mestre.
Adam Mestre at MD Realty.
Adam is a third-generation realtor born and raised in Birmingham, so he knows the area. You want a guy like Adam to find a house for you? Why rent when you can buy? Buying a home is the largest financial decision you will make, so make sure you are using an agent that you can trust to help walk you through the process. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking for your forever home, Adam can help. Call Adam Mestre for a free home evaluation at 205-422-0589 or visit mdrealtyllc.com. At MD Realty, we make house calls.
By the way, this is developing a new NIL deal for Bryce Young. He has signed on with one of our sponsors, New Life Art.
Yeah, pretty awesome. New Life Art has secured an NIL agreement with Bryce to autograph a limited number of Daniel Moore's soon-to-be released The Crimson Connection, the Heisman commemorative Crimson Connection. Very limited number. These things are going quickly, so if you are interested, DanielMooreArt.com. That's DanielMooreArt.com, but... Bryce getting more and more NIL deals. This is a natural one, too.
Yeah, it really is. And I was just thinking, could you imagine if NIL, as many as Danny has done, if NIL had been around all these years and George T could have signed it, or
Bo Over the Top.
Bo Jackson could have signed it for, I mean, those guys could have made bank over the years, as many as Danny has done.
You know, and if
Van Tiffen,
if I'm a collector, I want that extra edition.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Sets it apart, right?
Yeah, so he's only
a limited number.
It's a limited number. They're going quickly. So, again, DanielMooreArt.com. But good news for Bryce Young, another NIL deal.
I think one of the ones I have has a Gene Stallings signature after the national championship.
Yeah, I think the coaches at times have done them.
Yeah, they've been able to make the money all these years.
Right,
Speaking of coaches making money, one of the developing stories at 11:50 Central Time on Thursday was Kirby Smart's contract situation coming out of the Board of Trustees meeting at Georgia. Reset that for us, and we'll get back into that discussion so Lance can finish his point.
So the school president and a Board of Trustees athletic committee meeting today was asked, would Kirby Smart, how would he be paid? And he said, commiserate with national championship coaches. Well, if you just do that math, Nick Saban, Dabo Swinney, and Jimbo Fisher are all $9 million or above. So there's your neighborhood that Kirby Smart's going to be living in. That's not a surprise to anybody. He's making $7 million. I thought the more interesting thing was the president was asked, you know, there have been reports that it's going to be a $100 million contract. Will it be a $100 million contract? And he did not deny it. I don't have the quote in front of me still, but basically said there are a lot of things on the table.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise us.
Wouldn't surprise me. A lot of things on the table. Wouldn't surprise me. Something along those lines. Which tells you that is obviously not off the table, that it's going to be the first $100 million contract we've ever had in college athletics.
What did you say he's making right now?
$7.
Okay.
I mean, so this is going to be a roughly, you're probably looking at $2.5–3 million raise for him.
No, my point on Kirby was going to be, you were like, I wouldn't lock in if I'm Kirby for 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these guys necessarily lock in. I think if Georgia thinks he deserves a raise, they're going to give him one.
Tear it up, start over.
Another thing, you know, Kirby is going on year 7 now. I mean, look, with another $100 million, I mean, is he really going to be able to spend this? You know, his wife, Beth, I don't know if she's a spender or not. Kirby doesn't look like a spender.
Well, he works all the time, so he's not spending any money. But you got kids, and you still want to be paid. For instance, Lincoln Riley's contract is estimated at $10.5 million a year at USC.
Okay.
So
that'd be the high bar.
His would be number one right now.
Not even a national championship.
Well, yeah, if I'm Jimmy Sexton, hey, look, he's got to make more than Lincoln.
That's right. Lincoln hasn't won a national championship. Yeah.
Brian Kelly, salary at LSU is $9.5 million.
Yeah, another one. Hasn't won a national championship at this level. If I'm Jimmy Sexton, I go there.
Yeah, Nick Saban last year reportedly made $9.753221 million. I don't know why it's rounded off like that.
Yes.
I don't know why it was projected. And then there's Mel Tucker, who projected $9.5 million.
Now there's where I really have a problem if I'm Kirby. If I'm not making more than Mel Tucker, like the rest of those guys, at least Brian Kelly's played for national championship chips, plural, and been to the playoffs. At least Lincoln Riley has been to the playoffs. But if I'm not making more than Mel Tucker,
Ryan Day, $9.5 million. So to me, Kirby's got to be above 9.5. It's got to be 10.
Yeah, and I mean, you can just make it that even, $100 million deal.
How bad does Mel Tucker stick out of that group, though?
It's got to be Lincoln Riley. You got to go more than Lincoln Riley.
Jimmy Sexton is probably going to. I don't know why you can't get more.
See, so I think it's got to be 11.
Look, Georgia, that program's making so much more than USC right now.
So you think the $100 million, but not the 10 years. It may be a $100 million contract, but it may not be a 10-year deal.
Yeah, I think it's got to be at least 10.5. It's got to be what Lincoln Riley's making or more. You can always say, Lincoln Riley and Kirby Smart have the same contracts, but the cost of living in Athens is different than LA.
Which is not a lie. And taxes are different. There are a lot of things that are different.
What was our original wager, though?
Well, we had a group of coaches, and it was whatever their reported USA Today salary is for this year. So where this could burn you is if it's one of those deals where he's light early, heavy late. If it's backloaded and he's only making like 8.5 this first year, that's going to hurt you. But I don't think that's going to be it. I think it's going to be, hey, we're paying him $100 million. It's this amount every single year for 10 years or whatever, 9 years, 8 years. I had Mel Tucker. It's the only reason I'm still in this thing. Because they way overpaid Mel Tucker.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. The coaches that we had,
I know I had Taylor
here we go.
All right,
I've got them right here.
Do you have
keep
them
going? You want me to go?
I had Taylor Tucker. No, I'll keep going. I'll just do the whole segment.
Yeah, you had Trailer, not Taylor. Trailer, Tucker, and Franklin.
You loved making that correction, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know who Taylor is, but I would be willing to give you Taylor. It would be more than Trailer, probably.
You have Friday Night Lights, man.
Yeah.
Goes T.
I had Kiffin, Mario, and Luke Fickle. Now, Luke screwed me by not leaving and going to one of these other schools.
You thought Luke was going to get $8 million at Cincinnati. I know, in your mind.
But I thought he did get a good raise. I can't wait to see what the numbers
and $8 million.
And Mario got a ton. And Lane, I thought Lane would go to LSU. I thought Luke was going to go to Oklahoma. And Mario did go to Miami, so Mario at least did what I thought. LT has Narduzzi, who stayed put.
Yeah, he didn't get a ton, but he got something.
Yeah. Stoops at Kentucky.
He didn't get a ton, but he got something.
Which is surprising.
And then Kirby Smart.
Yeah, Kirby is, that's what's going to decide this. I think I've got the lead right now.
Oh, funny. I think I have the lead.
I can't believe, though.
No, Mel Tucker. I've got freaking Mel Tucker. I think he got a $5 million
I'm
year
interested
raise.
to see what Narduzzi and Stoops did get, because Narduzzi wins an ACC. Stoops win 10 games in Kentucky.
I think Traylor got a pay cut, Brown.
No,
I think that's going to take away. Franklin got a pay cut.
Traylor went to like $2.5 million at UTSA.
I mean, you lost money. That's a deficit.
You remember
there.
The reason I took him is he was rumored for the Texas Tech job, and he was making like $700,000.
Traylor,
yeah, he was making like $700,000 at Texas Tech, or at Texas San Antonio, and he was rumored for the Texas Tech job. And I'm like, man, he could easily get a $4 million raise there. And I actually kind of got screwed by him staying there.
You took James Franklin thinking he was going to USC
I did.
too.
I absolutely did.
So is it total money?
Yeah, total money.
Total money increase from one salary to the next. Fascinating for you guys listening at home, but we know you love our stake bets where I get my ass kicked all the time.
That's right.
Part of our show being brought to you by our friends at Nichols Outfitters. If you're going to get your ass kicked, you might as well look good in it.
I think that's their tagline, Jim. It's hard to fit that on a billboard, but I think they're trying. Hey, listen, Father's Day is right ahead of us, guys. And ladies that are listening, if you've got a hunter in your life and they would love a good hunting rifle, the Christensen Traverse rifle is fantastic. And if you buy one, you're automatically entered into a contest to win a Christensen Arms Ranger 22 hunting rifle right alongside it. If you have that outdoorsman in your household, or if you're that outdoorsman, drop the hint to your family. This is the kind of thing you would want for Father's Day. Purchase a classic Christensen rifle. Enter to win another now till Father's Day. Nichols Outfitters, I-65 in Pelham.
Did you give Forrester any pictures of young Leighton graduation last night? In a cap and gown?
I didn't. I'll get them right now, though.
Yeah, well, no, we'll do them in the commercial break here. We'll get them on the other side. But congratulations to Leighton hopping into the graduate world, right? Was she excited? I mean, I know how it is with teenage daughters. Was she okay taking pictures all night long with everybody? They get a little tired of that at some point.
Yeah, she did. And the sad thing is, of course, I bolted right after they threw caps.
Upset that you made it to that point.
Yeah, I think everybody was. Well, I had to go heat the food up.
Oh, okay.
So
because
we
people
got
were coming
out of
back
there-
to your house.
Yeah, so we went back to the ex's house. So I grabbed Jack, his cousin Jace. We took off. We got back there. And so when she got back, which was like 45 minutes to an hour later, she'd already taken the cap and gown off. I made her put it back on to take pictures.
Yeah, but you're right. A lot of pictures happen right afterwards, right outside or inside, wherever the weather allows you to get.
Yeah, see, that was the thing. When we got outside, it was the blackest of clouds. So I was like, boys, we got to make a run for this. But
You know, my high school graduation was supposed to be in Jack Stewart Stadium outside, but it rained, so we had to go in the Boyd Vaughn Gymnasium, the house that Andy built.
Big compliment for Michael there. Lance says Lance looks too young to have a graduate from high school.
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that.
It's high school, Michael. It's not college.
Hey, I did see where Chad, do you see who he wants me to co-host with tomorrow?
Where is Chad?
Is it Mincy?
Lady Bird. Yeah. I mean, exciting. Well, it's a dog.
You guys excited about Lady Bird?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think it should be a good prop just to let her run around.
Yeah.
It'd be terrific.
Do we have it in the budget to replace any TVs or
she's not going to mess
carpet or anything?
She's a good dog.
Yeah, she's a good dog. When we come back, Rockstar's got our 4 downs today. That's up next, and maybe a picture of LT with his new graduate. All that still to come. Stay with us.
Bama and Bourbon, the Mystery Fifth Hour. Jimmy Buckets, available in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
If you're looking for a fun golf atmosphere that is laid back with a peaceful environment, the Meadows Golf Course in Harpersville, right off of Highway 280, is perfect for you. Just a short drive from Birmingham, this 18-hole, 200-acre track with rolling fairways and ample greens is the definition of peacefulness of the country just miles from the city. Enjoy a great lunch before your round and a cocktail on the wraparound porch after 18. Come see us today. The Meadows Golf Course in Harpersville, right off of Highway 280.
Hey, if you're looking for Birmingham's best pizza, you need to stop in and see our friends at Slice Pizza and Brew. It's as local as you can get, from the ingredients that go into every pizza to the beer on tap. For a great lunch or dinner, go see our friends today, Vestavia or Lakeview at Slice.
Tendinitis can drive a golfer to flub their shots or turn a 5K run into a stroll. And that backhand is now a bunt. Don't get comfortable with discomfort. Schedule an appointment with Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics for help in making your greatest comeback. Today is the day to get back in the game. Call 855-219-6200 to make an appointment or find a doctor at precisionsportsortho.com/providers.
Wayne's Pest Control is taking pest control to the next level. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. Keep your home pest-free and rodent-free with Wayne's proprietary Smart System. Smart is a digital, eco-friendly rodent monitoring solution that tells Wayne's you have an unwanted mouse or rodent before you even know about it. Wayne's Smart Service professionals will proactively set up an appointment to take care of that problem, keeping your family and pets safe and healthy. And right now, get $60 off Smart Pet Service with the offer code TNR. Let Wayne's create your happy place. 866-WAYNES1 or call Waynes.com.
You seen what these kids are doing now? What's that? They're mixing raspberry and lemonade flavors in their drinks. Like, raspberry lemonade? Nah, not like the kind we had. Better. It's all charged up. Got that bold Mountain Dew in it now. They're calling it Mountain Dew Spark. Yep. Seems like it's all about the flavor now. The flavor and the refreshment. Yep. If you'd have told me 50 years ago that we'd see kids drinking charged up raspberry lemonade flavored Mountain Dew Spark and making videos, twerking their hind ends, well, sir, I just flat out not believed you. Yep. It does taste mighty good though, don't it? Yep. You know, this Mountain Dew Spark is giving me a great idea. What's that? Think I'm gonna make a video, twerking my hind end.
Well, I guess you gotta do you. Get bold with the raspberry lemonade flavor of Mountain Dew Spark.
Things fall apart. There's even a book about it, but that doesn't mean you have to break the bank to fix them. Ryan Brown here for The Next Round. Our friends at Mortgage Right have a new renovation option that will make repairs and other home improvements easy. If you've recently purchased a home and find yourself short on cash, or you're looking to buy a fixer-upper, Mortgage Right's renovation loan program can help you spruce up your space. Repairs can be made to your roof, plumbing, flooring, and more with the help of top-notch mortgage professionals. So get your fix by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
I don't know about you guys, but this warm weather has me excited about getting outside again. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round, and now is the perfect time to let our friends at Wayne's give your lawn the TLC it needs to get you prepared for that barefoot good summer lawn of your dreams. And right now, they're offering their best deal of the year, giving you your first month free with a 1-year EnviroLawn agreement. First month free, and they'll take care of mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks as well. Call 866-WAYNES1 or online at callwaynes.com.
The Iron Bowl.
Jordan Hare Stadium behind us that saw a classic Iron Bowl, 24-22. The Crimson Tide holds on and wins in overtime.
The SEC Championship.
It is the SEC Roadshow Saturday morning in Atlanta.
The College Football Playoff.
It's our Cotton Bowl special from Dallas, Texas. We are live now.
The National Championship.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown with you up here in Indianapolis. We're at the Playoff Fan Central.
The Next Round. You'll find us where the big games are played.
Start your day online at nextroundlive.com. Get all the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. And it's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
It's on one of the screens, Brown. Give that to us.
It's a great line from Bill Belichick. He's not named an offensive coordinator, and he was asked about it in the media yesterday, and he goes, what plays are we calling right now? Minicamp plays? Yeah. It's a great line.
Yeah. He doesn't like dumb questions.
He doesn't.
Part of our show being brought to you by our friends at Precision Sports. You know, Ronald Acuna's a scratch. They're playing it safe with him, waiting to see if there's any injuries impacting the Mavericks and Warriors game tonight that could impact the outcome of that contest. If you have an injury impacting your life, Precision Sports can get you back in it.
Yeah, from pediatrics to geriatrics, injuries starting to pile up on the field and in the yard. Affiliated with Brookwood Baptist Health, Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, 9 convenient locations, including the return of hand surgeon Dr. Joseph Sherrill. We are rebuilding champions on and off the field, so make that appointment today. Call 855-219-6200 or visit precisionsportsortho.com.
Justin Herbert, now the betting favorite to win the NFL MVP.
Wow.
That from Bet Online. They've sent out the updated odds, 11-2 odds, slightly ahead of 6-1. Josh Allen.
Makes no sense at all. I think Justin Herbert's really, really good. It's a team that didn't even make the postseason last year.
Well, it means you think they're going to win that division if he's the MVP, right? I mean, how could he win the MVP if they don't win that division?
Yeah, and make a run, have a really dominant season. But, you know, Josh Allen, to me, should be your front runner there.
It is slightly Justin Herbert with Bet Online. Josh Allen is 6-1. Patrick Mahomes 9-1. Then Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson slides in right there at 18-1 odds.
Where the hell's Matt Stafford?
Where's Jared Goff?
Matt Stafford is
Where's Tua?
20-1, even with Derek Carr behind Deshaun and Jalen Hurts.
It's amazing.
Y'all are missing the playoffs.
I mean, it really is
at that
amazing.
point, y'all missed the playoffs.
How good of a quarterback that guy is.
Yeah.
He gets one opportunity going from a terrible franchise to a good franchise, and he wins Super Bowl.
Yep.
25-1, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray behind Matthew Stafford. That is at the folks at Bet Online. BetOnline.ag is the folks that give you those odds, from our friend Jimmy sending us that email there. That gets us to Rockstar's 4 Downs today. It's never about sports. It's always about life and other questions, usually really weird lately because he doesn't sleep anymore. And it's brought to you by our friends at Vulcan Tires.
Yeah, 4 great locations. A 5th location coming soon to Pell City. Take your car in, get a look at the brake pads, wheel alignment, tires, and more. They can do it bumper to bumper for you and your family. Again, 4 locations and online, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
First down.
What is a popular tourist destination you have no interest in visiting?
Stonehenge.
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Other than the fact that Mount Rushmore is around a great area, actually going to see Mount Rushmore, no desire.
You don't think that's impressive work?
I'm not saying that, Brown.
Why do you not want to see it?
I just have no desire to see it.
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, why do you hate our presidents?
You're not American?
Yeah. Coach Bryant's on there. Don't you remember that thing?
They were not our presidents. Not my presidents.
I think it'd be kind of neat to see. What did you say?
Stonehenge. Just a bunch of rocks in the ground.
I'd like to see Stonehenge
really?
too. Yeah.
I can take you anywhere in Alabama and show you rocks in the ground.
Clark knocked them all down.
I'd rather go to Stonehenge than I would Mount Rushmore.
Really?
Yeah, but the way it was set up, I mean, there is something weird about Stonehenge.
What, in a circle?
Yeah, I mean, that's some heavy-ass rock.
Well, yeah, got a bunch of people lifting them.
I was always told Stone Mountain's carving is more impressive than what was done at Mount Rushmore.
There's something that sets it apart from the Mount Rushmore. I don't know if it's actually larger or something like that, but yeah, there is something. I don't know if it's more impressive, but there's something that's.
I've never seen that either.
I think
by
it's
the way.
larger.
Who told you that, Jimbo Fisher? I'm going to say India. I've got no desire to go to like the Taj Mahal.
Oh, really?
I just don't want to go to that country.
You don't want to go to all of India?
No.
Some of India.
I have a feeling the Taj Mahal would be underwhelming.
Oh, it would be for you.
I mean, because we've always said,
so this is nice?
What is this, the Taj Mahal?
Yeah.
And now we'd go there and it's going to be like, this is Caesar's in Vegas.
I wish
Is
we
this
did
good?
have a teleportation machine for Dunaway just to send him. We just put the camera with him.
You guys admit, you guys play this up, but you see
say
things,
it all the time.
You see things in television and movies, and you think it's one way, and you get there and it's not as great. I'm not the only person that does that.
Did you like the arch in St. Louis?
I mean, it's just an arch. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
but
McDonald's has better ones.
It is impressive. I mean, I don't know why we rode to the top to look through a periscope, basically, outside at a bunch of farmland and a river with nothing happening on it. But yeah.
It's you, because like when I went to Graceland, you thought it sucked. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be.
It's a small house. Again, you couldn't get $350 for it in this market at Graceland.
No, you could.
That's my favorite line that I ever said.
You could not.
I mean, it was more about what was going on in that house, the history, and then some of the facts about Elvis that I had no idea.
Okay, that's facts about Elvis. We could do that in a museum, but in that little house.
No, but you learn it there.
That little house.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what was it? A racquetball court?
Yep.
Down at the barn?
Yeah.
That fat ass didn't play racquetball one time.
He did back in the day.
Did play.
You'd
That's
take that house right now, wouldn't you?
You know what? I would right now. Yes. You know what that racquetball court was for Elvis? That was what's that bike I have?
Peloton.
The Peloton.
That was his 1970s Peloton.
It's a storage unit.
That's right. He just rolls his clothes in there.
J.M. Dog had the line I wish Dunaway had said, Pastor Maggie has better arches than St. Louis.
She does.
Second down.
On her feet, Dunaway.
If you could make one noise illegal, what would it be?
I think you guys know what it is for me.
Yeah.
Oh, leaf blower?
Yeah. Rake your yard once a year, be done with it.
Rake your yard once a year.
What day would you rake, though? What time of year?
I think when all the leaves fall, so late.
That's a
late
lot
fall.
of leaves blowing around for a long amount of time.
Yeah, I like keep my yard looking nice and neat.
Mincy
Or
and
I'd like for
Forrester
somebody
say
else to do it.
Mincy and Forrester say the Vandy Whistler.
Should be ashamed of himself.
I'll say this one time. That's what he said. I don't know why, but if I'm ever in one of those convenience stores where it's got that ear-piercing ding anytime somebody comes in, drives me insane. And I can't imagine. I guess if you work in there, you just get numb to it.
You know what? This
One pharmacy call.
This isn't going to
time somebody
impact
comes in.
anybody else because you guys all grew up with money.
Yep.
But there was a time, that in my college years or young adult life that sometimes my credit card or debit card wouldn't go through, right? So it has taken me forever to get used to modern day when it makes a big loud noise to tell you to remove your card that it's been approved.
Yeah.
So I still have this knee-jerk reaction to early 90s Jim when the card makes a sound and I'm like, oh shit. Did it not go through?
Sir, this has been declined. Try this one.
What was your most embarrassing moment? Were you ever on a date when something like that
Most
happened?
embarrassing moment, and this was 2009 national championship trip. Were you with me, Brown?
I think he was.
No, you. I mean, were
Safe
you
to say
were
he
you in the
was.
store with me? It was colder than expected out in Pasadena. We were in Orange County, Orange County, the OC.
Yep.
And there was a mall across the street, and I was having to do late local TV, and it was cold, for me. So I went and bought a hoodie, and there was a Saks or something right across the street, and I had my debit card, had plenty of money on it, and I threw it in there, and it got rejected. And it was because I had traveled out, it was my first trip in forever since I'd been with that bank to California, and they thought I had been scammed. Because I called,
shop at Saks.
I had to call the lady and tell her I was really buying this hoodie, and she was like,
Mother's maiden name?
No, her first question was really a smart ass question. She's like, because of my age, she was like, somebody's at Saks trying to buy, this hoodie, and that's not you, is it?
I'll talk louder so you can hear me.
I was like, actually, it is me. And she's really. She goes, okay,
all right.
we'll clear the.
Sure, you don't want some wallabies.
On the Gary says chewing, any loud chewing. Yes, absolutely. I hate that.
Redneck styrofoam cooler in the back seat's a bad one too. Yep.
Rockstar's neighbors back in the day.
What happened to him?
You said your neighbors back in the day.
Yeah.
Not the one that hung himself. The
other ones, right?
The one that got shot.
Ass across the bathtub.
Yeah, the making love. Yeah.
Third down is, would you rather spend 2 months in jail or 3 nights in prison?
Easy 2 months in jail.
Jail and prison are different,
this
right?
is yeah.
Typically county lockup. You get a lot of people that miss child support payments. You get some assault, batteries, DUIs.
So you're telling me that if we walk into prison, it's a different atmosphere. We walk into county lockup, it's going to be like, hey, it's the next round, guys. What's up?
Potentially. So, but let me ask you this, because this is my great fear, either one. But 3 nights in prison, potentially I could stay awake that entire time, potentially. And I probably would. I don't think I could rest comfortably.
I don't know if you want to be awake.
I don't want to be asleep.
I think I'm sleeping.
Well, I think the better thing is you could go 3 days without showering.
No, I would do 3 days with clothes on. There would never be clothes off at one moment. But don't you think I could lay low enough in 3 days that I would never get... I'd never become somebody's...
Just the way it's portrayed in the movies, they're waiting for the bus to arrive.
Yeah, I'm fresh meat. And like as I'm walking in, they're banging on the bars there. But I mean, in 3 days, can I not avoid that?
Maybe you shank yourself in the leg. Just don't hit an artery.
Yeah.
Put yourself down for 3 days.
I think I'd go...
2 months would suck, but I just think you're going to be playing cards, and it's just not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You get new guests every night.
I mean, the way they make it sound like in the movies is like the bus is pulling into the yard with the new arrivals, and they're doing a draft up top. All right,
I know.
It's your pick, Brown. I'll take that one right there.
We've got
there's
people
the bell of the ball
that have done time. The problem is you get somebody that goes to county that's going to get transferred, before they actually appear in court, before they're actually sentenced. So, I don't know if they hold those people separate, if they're in solitary or not.
Well, I mean, if that cell door slams and it's a guy, the wrong guy, I mean, you're in there 3 days, buddy.
Yeah, see,
except for the time in the yard.
Typical landmine, I'd want to be in solitary, so I'd do something to get in solitary, and then I'm there longer than 2 days.
You know how bad solitary would be mentally, though?
Not for 3 days.
Oh, I could be by myself for a week.
If I knew I wasn't going to be somebody's you-know-what for 3 days, I'd take solitary in a heartbeat.
You say that, Dunaway. You were all over the place,
dude. I could
When's
live.
Last time you've been in one place for 3 days?
If you let me wipe off the next 10 steak losses, you can put me in a room up here with no TV. I'll stay up here a week.
Gotta have that good Wi-Fi though.
Yeah,
there's the
cell phone and
no
everything.
Wi-Fi, nothing. I'll do it for a week.
Whatever.
That is such a lie.
It is such a lie. Ridiculous.
I mean, I get food, right?
I offered you, and a lot of people didn't hear because it was a specialty show. I offered to wipe that one steak if you go beer for beer with me for 4 hours.
All right, so Chris says his cousin just won the primary for Shelby County DA. He says, trust me, you do not want prison for 3 days. Tell your cousin he was one of the ones that texted me asking for a vote. Didn't like that.
Shout out, Chris. Thank you so much. Is there one more?
Yep.
Third down.
I think it's fourth. Third down. It's
Add
fourth
a
down.
four to that.
Yeah, fourth down.
What would be the worst food to come in a flamin' hot variety?
Cereal.
Yep.
Could you imagine just a bowl of it with milk?
With milk. Oh, it'd be terrible.
Flaming hot honeycombs.
Because most things flaming hot, if you can handle the heat, would be really good.
Yeah.
Like if I told you flaming hot mashed potatoes.
Ooh, yeah. I'd try that.
See, I thought you just when it comes out, it's really hot. like I can't stand because I'm so hungry, and the pizza. If you're eating in the restaurant, and that pizza comes right out of the
Sticks to
oven,
the roof of your mouth.
it is burning hot, and you're dying. It smells so good, you're dying to take that first bite.
I do it all the time. All the time. You'll get a pizza, and you're like, this steam is coming off this thing, but I am starving.
I've got to eat it.
Yeah, I'll risk the roof of my mouth. Yep.
But it's so hot you can't even taste it. You're like,
I know. Yeah, you're trying to chew it without letting it touch anything.
Forster's got a good one. Ice cream. That would
be bad. Yeah,
they've got those flavors. They've got an ice cream that is spicy. Yeah.
Krusty says icing. Can you imagine eating a piece of cake? Me and Rocky ate a piece of cake at Odie's last night.
Homemade
cake.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I had flaming hot icing?
That would be a great skit show. Yeah, to have icing that takes it up to the Hot Ones challenge. That'd be really good. There was a scene. There was a scene in Minx. I'll reference a scene now.
Yeah, please, Joe.
Flaming hot.
Where the obnoxious DJ was not nice to his wife, and she got him back by rubbing a bunch of jalapenos with seeds and stuff on her hands, and then going out to the living room and getting affectionate with him.
Landing a helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
He was excited to start with, and then he ended up suing her.
He sued her?
Yeah.
God.
And damages. Blistered that thing up.
Blistered that thing up, LT.
I think I told the story. I had a fraternity brother, and they had date night or whatever, and cut up some fresh jalapenos and
bad news after that, right?
For both.
I know someone on one of their early dates that went and had crawfish.
Oh.
And then made it to third base. And
Jesus.
Made it to third base.
I made it.
I wish Jack was here,
Coach has a
our
stop
intern.
sign. Yeah.
Don't you wish Jack, our intern, was here?
yeah.
Third base.
You were in what, 7th grade?
Final thoughts coming up. Part of the show, but that's 4 Downs brought to you by Vulcan Tires.
4 great locations. A 5th coming soon to Pell City. Locally owned and operated. Great guys. For more information, VulcanTireAuto.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
At Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, you can now drive the 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia TI, the Italian sports sedan of your dreams, starting at $499 per month plus tax with $4,999 down, plus first payment and title due at delivery. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, 1837 Grants Mill Road, or AlfaRomeoUSAofBirmingham.com. Like financial lease, 10,000 miles per year, WAC, MSRP, $51,490. Stock numbers Q0059, Q0068, or Q0074. Spring is the best time to be on the golf course, and Jerry Pate's design at Timberline will not disappoint. The course is in fantastic condition, and if you don't have time for a round of golf, come use Timberline's TrackMan driving range. You can practice, play games, and play virtual golf all on the practice tee. Come enjoy your day on one of Alabama's top 10 courses you can play. It's Timberline Golf Club. Timberline is easy to get to just off I-65 at exit 228. Book tee times online at timberlinegc.com. Tee it up at Timberline. Bromberg's invites you to an exclusive 2-day buying event. Meet an expert buyer to sell your jewelry, diamonds, watches, and collectibles. Receive immediate payment or opt to receive 120% of your offer in Bromberg store credit to use towards anything in the store now or in the future. It is Bromberg's exclusive 2-day buying event. Thursday, April 21st at the Summit. Friday, April 22nd in Mountain Brook. Appointments recommended. Do not miss this opportunity at Bromberg's.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Did you tweak your shoulder pulling down the attic ladder? Feel a pop in your elbow working out? Or feeling pain in your knees getting up from the couch at halftime? Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics has 9 locations in the Birmingham metro area, affiliated with Brookwood Baptist Health, to get your life back on track. Your health can't wait. Call Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics at 855-219-6200 or visit PrecisionSportsOrtho.com.
The next round is proud to partner with Vulcan Tire and Auto, and we're excited to announce their first-class team and facilities are growing. If you are an experienced general maintenance technician looking for a new opportunity with a great growing company, go by Vulcan Tire. They want to talk to you. Not experienced, but interested in working on cars? Again, go by Vulcan Tire. They have a spot for anyone that has a can-do attitude, wants to work, and enjoys helping people. 4 locations and more to come. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and our entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to join in the pledge to Decide to Ride on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and The Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast like Bama and Bourbon, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't looked at the bracket one time. We have developing football news after LT tells us about the great folks at Gutter Cap.
823-2212. That is the number you need to call. It's a dirty, dangerous job. You don't want to get on the roof. You slip, you fall, you snap the neck and die. You're no good to the wife or kids. Gutter Cap is a patent aluminum cover system. It fits over most existing gutters, keeping out that debris. Eliminate gutter cleaning forever. It's back with a lifetime warranty, and right now for the Next Round listener and viewer, 45% off the retail price. Call my good friend Chris Stewart, 823-2212, or online, guttercapbirmingham.com. Cap it, don't snap it.
All right, Brownie, it involves Javon Baker, the former Alabama wide receiver, who's going to Kentucky, right?
No. Matt Jones, Kentucky Sports Radio, former guest on this show, reporting that sources tell him he will not be on the field for Kentucky this fall. He did initially want to go to Kentucky, and I think even went through spring, if I am not mistaken, the former Alabama receiver. But he will not play there this fall. It looks like Maryland is a possibility for him.
That's where Mike Locksley is, who has some ties with him. So Maryland is there. I mean, could you use him back in Tuscaloosa? I guess not.
Well, not you.
I mean, he didn't go through spring. If he went through spring, he was a student there, right?
Well, he would have been enrolled in that spring semester, but he could, that spring semester is over.
But doesn't that count as your eligibility? I've signed there. I can't leave without having to sit out at that point.
I don't know, man. You're dragging me into
everything is so confusing now.
Yeah. So, but anyway, he will not be a Kentucky Wildcat from Matt Jones, Kentucky Sports Radio up there. Javon Baker, I think, is a pretty good player, and was going to be a big part of why everyone thought Will Levis was going to end up being pretty good this year.
This is the second receiver they've lost. Remember, they had the kid from Syracuse that had great issues. I don't know how good he was going to be.
He's going to JUCO, I believe.
Yeah, I think he is going the JUCO route. So they tried to hit the portal, Stoops did, for receivers, and he's at least struck out on two of those guys.
They do have the best receiver from Virginia Tech that'll be in there this year. But when you're losing Wan'Dale Robinson, you were hoping to replace that by committee. I just watched Alabama beat Arkansas for the fourth time during this show today.
That game is on loop, isn't it?
It is. The SEC baseball tournament is not on loop. It is on pause. They haven't thrown one pitch today, have they?
They have not, Jim. And I'm looking outside our window right now, and I looked at the radar earlier. They're going to be hard-pressed to get a pitch thrown.
I bet by the time I come on air tomorrow, it will be a single elimination.
Now, keep in mind, the next pitch thrown is in the pitch of a game that was scheduled to have been played at 1 o'clock Wednesday.
Yeah. We may vacate this whole tournament. I don't know, but stay tuned and to all the outlets there to find out when SEC baseball cranks back up out at the Hoover Met. Brownie and I both are off tomorrow. My son is graduating. LT's daughter graduated last night. And then Monday, we're all off for Memorial Day. So the next time Brownie and I will be here is Tuesday of next week. You've got a special show tomorrow. You've got Rockstar in the lounge. You've got our buddy Jay Willoughby, who's going to join us in the lounge. Who else is coming in?
Kelly Hunter. We've got Montana Fouts on the show. We've got Jeff Fisher, Mr. 8-8.
Tentatively scheduled,
for noon. Jeff Fisher finally gets to go face-to-face with LT.
Yeah, I've got no hate for Jeff Fisher. I mean, look, he had his opportunity with the Rams, right?
He did. Titan fans will want to tune in. LT will have some questions about his time in the NFL and his life in the USFL as well. Looking forward to that show tomorrow. I'll be able to catch it on replay after the graduation. Man, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next Tuesday. For everybody here, until next time, God bless you and God bless America.